Quikrete. It's what America's made of.
When you need a lawyer after an auto accident, don't just choose any legal team. Make the right call with Ken Nugent. Ken is based in Georgia. Other big-name legal teams aren't even from this area. Strike one. Ken gets you your money quick, while other legal teams waste your time. Strike two. Ken and his team are with you from start to finish. Other legal teams pass you off to a secondary team. Strike three. 3 strikes. Those other legal teams are out. One call to Ken. That's all you need. 404-CALL-KEN.
One call, that's all.
Braves fans, everyone's first pick for ice cold refreshment is back at McDonald's. The Braves Frozen Fanta, a winning blend of Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry and Frozen Fanta Wild Cherry. It's the MVP of flavor. And right now you can get a medium for only $1.99. That's what I call knocking your cravings out of the park for a grand slam of a deal. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Hey folks, we in the locker room want to send you to a Braves game. This is home team Brandon Leak reminding you that a pair of tickets are up for grabs during the 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
The measure of a team is shown in summers like this. When the chips are down and the games are close, the 2025 Atlanta Braves don't give up the fight.
And he hits one to deep right field, streaking back towards the wall. That ball's in the chop house.
Every game matters, so don't miss a moment this summer as the Braves try to battle back in the standings.
Curveball swung on, belted. Gone! Ronald Acuna Jr.
Atlanta Braves baseball on the Braves Radio Network is brought to you. Official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. ServPro. When disaster strikes, call ServPro to make it like it never even happened. Saya LTL Freight, the official freight and logistics company of the Atlanta Braves. Corona Extra, La Playa awaits. Georgia Power, the official electric energy partner of the Atlanta Braves. IBEW Local 613. Truist Park keeps the lights on with IBEW 613 electricians. The Battery Atlanta's own ASW Distillery, home of the award-winning Fiddler Bourbon. TYM Tractors, a winning lineup, together as one. Tonight, it's a huge division battle on the road for Atlanta as Matt Olson and the Braves roll into Citi Field to take on the New York Mets. This is Atlanta Braves Baseball on the Braves Radio Network, lit by Louisiana Hot Sauce.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Atlanta Braves baseball. Tonight from Citi Field in New York, it's the Braves and the Mets in Game 1 of a 4-game series. On the mound for the Braves tonight, right-hander Spencer Schwellenbach, and he faces fellow right-hander Paul Blackburn. Great to have you with us, alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. Darren, the Braves need to get back into the win column. Let's face it, what happened down in Miami was a massive letdown. Braves swept the Mets at home, had some momentum, and dropped 2 of 3 in Miami. So they got to find a way to get back into the win column tonight.
Yeah. After the Braves swept the Mets, which, leading the division at the time, and the boys are riding high, then just a little bit of a letdown in Miami. We talked about how that was a potential to be a trap series, and that's what unfolded. They faced Sandy Alcantara yesterday. He's a great pitcher, but this Braves team, if they want to get to where they want to go, which is the postseason, they got to win games like they lost yesterday. So, you come in here and you win 3 or maybe 4 out of 4 games in this 4-game series, then you forget about Miami. But other than that, you really got to make some hay somewhere.
Yeah, the stretch for the Braves, seeing lots of teams in the division, just faced the Marlins, now facing the Mets. We'll see the Phillies when we get home. This Mets team has dropped 8 of their last 9 games. That's the good news. The bad news is most of that has come on the road, Darren. On the road, they're 19-22, but in their ballpark, they are 17 games over 500 this season.
Yeah, they obviously like playing here at home. I believe that's the best record in the major leagues at home. So, we talked about the Braves' struggles on the road. So you don't really like the way those 2 numbers match up. So the Braves are going to have to do something special here tonight, especially win this first game with what you would consider to be your best pitcher left on the roster healthy in Spencer Schwellenbach. So got to get that first one tonight.
Yeah, as far as pitching matchups go for this series, wouldn't you say this is the most favorable one for the Braves, that is?
Yeah, I think so. We can talk about Braves injuries all day. Every team in the major league has injuries. These Mets have had a bunch of them as well. But tonight, yes, you have Spencer Schwellenbach, a young 25-year-old, has a little more pressure on his shoulders now. The Braves lost their ace, Chris Sale, 2 days ago. And now, Spencer has been anointed to be the guy. So maybe a little more pressure on him today. I actually like that because he has proven that he loves the big games and the big situations.
That's a good point. He definitely has a heavier load on his shoulders now that Chris Sale is on the IL. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Never miss a pitch of the Braves.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan, and streaming free on the Fan app.
Well, when we come back, I'll introduce you to the starting lineups for the Braves and Mets, and right after that, we'll have the first pitch. Braves and Mets coming up tonight on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
The All-Star break is in sight, and that can mean only one thing. 2025 Topps Baseball Series 2 is here. Series 2 has something for every baseball fan, showcasing the season's most exciting rookies and iconic moments from the game's greatest legends. 2025 Topps Baseball Series 2 is also packed with exclusive game-used memorabilia and autographs from the league's biggest stars. Get to your local hobby shop or Topps.com to build your collection today.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
The official hotel partner of your Atlanta Braves, Omni Hotel at the Battery Atlanta, is more than just a stay. We're your clubhouse, where everyone knows your name. Book your stay at omnihotels.com/Battery Atlanta.
If you're a working electrician, you've got two options. Work for a contractor and have no power or leverage. Or work with us and have your choice of jobs with multiple contractors, protection on the job, benefits for retirement, and people that have your back. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. If the second option sounds better to you, come join us. Visit IBEW613.org and click Join Us.
Home is where the All-Stars are. And this year's All-Star game is right here in Atlanta. Make sure to vote for all your Braves players like Ronald Acuna Jr., Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson, and the rest of the squad to represent at the 2025 All-Star game. Plus, select the Braves as your favorite team and receive 20% off tickets for a future home game. Head to Braves.com/vote to cast your ballot today and see your favorites play right here in our own backyard. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey Braves fans, everyday injuries happen on and off the field, but when you're hurt on the job, it can be tough to get back in the game quickly. I'm attorney John Foy, the strong arm. Workers' comp should cover your medical bills and lost wages, but some companies won't play fair. That's why we make them. We know the rules, your rights, and how to get you every benefit you deserve. Make the right call. Attorney John Foy & Associates, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Hey, Braves fans, this is John Michaels reminding you that Jeff Francoeur joins Finn, Home Team, and me in the locker room every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on your radio home of the Braves, 680 The Fan.
Warm, steamy night here in New York. Game one in this series, Braves and the Mets, and a four-game series. It is time now for the starting lineups powered by Georgia Power, the official electric energy partner of the Atlanta Braves. We'll start off with the invading Braves. Entering with a record of 35-41, the Braves are in third place in the East and 11 games back of division-leading Philadelphia. Brian Snitker will lead it off tonight with his right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second for the Braves, first baseman Matt Olson, and hitting third, designated hitter Marcell Ozuna. Batting cleanup for the Braves, third baseman Austin Riley. Hitting fifth, second baseman Ozzie Albies. Batting sixth, catcher Sean Murphy. Hitting seventh, center fielder Michael Harris. Batting eighth, left fielder Eli White. Batting ninth, shortstop Nick Allen. And on the mound, the right-hander Spencer Schwellenbach. He is 5-4 with a 3.26 ERA, and he's been on quite the run here lately, especially with strikeout totals, and looking for more tonight. So once again for the Braves, it's Acuna, Olson, Ozuna, Riley, Albies, Murphy, Harris, White, Allen, and Schwellenbach on the mound. Now for Carlos Mendoza's Mets. They are 46-32. They're in second place in the East. They have dropped 8 of their last 9 games, and they're a game back of the Phillies in the East. They'll lead it off tonight with their switch-hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Batting second, left fielder Brandon Nimmo. And batting third, right fielder Juan Soto. Batting cleanup for the Mets, first baseman Pete Alonso. Hitting fifth, second baseman Jeff McNeil. Batting sixth, center fielder Tyrone Taylor. Batting seventh, designated hitter Jared Young. Batting eighth, catcher Luis Torrens. Batting ninth, third baseman Brett Beatty. And on the mound, it's the right-hander Paul Blackburn, whom the Braves just beat. He's 0-1 this season with a .692 ERA. So again, for the Mets, it's Lindor, Nimmo, Soto, Alonso, McNeil, Taylor, Young, Torrens, Beatty, and Blackburn on the mound. You know who's in there? They'll be on the field when we come back. Braves and Mets right here tonight on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Want to hear a sound that's music to your ears? It's this one.
You're a winner!
Because that means you're an instant winner in the Cash 4 444 promotion. For 44 days, 444 Cash 4 players will win $444 right on the spot. Just listen for this prize alert when your ticket prints from the terminal.
You're a winner!
Or look for the prize alert on your ticket to see if you've won. There are 444 winners through July 1st. So play Cash 4 to instantly win an extra $444. Only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Hi. Sorry. Did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
I'm Cortland spokespug Cordy. This broadcast of the Atlanta Braves is brought to you by Cortland. Visit Cortland.com to find your new apartment or one of our next-level communities. Go Braves!
Hey, Braves fans, it's Ben Ingram for Emory Healthcare's Heart Care Services. When it comes to your heart or someone close to you, nothing matters more than receiving the absolute best care. It's crucial to seek out doctors who are renowned experts in their fields, highly skilled, and pushing the boundaries of heart disease treatment.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Need life insurance but don't know where to start? Your State Farm agent can help you understand your options so you can choose the right life insurance coverage to protect your family. Contact your local State Farm agent or visit statefarm.com to get started today.
Dollar Shave Club is the real grooming MVP. Their 6-blade razor gives you the closest, most comfortable shave. The 4-blade features swift rinse tech for longer, thicker hair, and the handle has a no-slip 360-degree diamond pattern grip for comfort and control. Shave butter works great with their razors. It's translucent for precision and delivers a long-lasting glide that hydrates the skin. Visit dollarshaveclub.com/homerun and use code HOMERUN for 20% off your order of $20 or more, plus free shipping. Whatever you shave, welcome to the club.
Spectrum Business keeps real businesses, like Rise Bakery, connected.
As a business owner, my Spectrum services help simplify my day. Everything we do is easier knowing that we've got a reliable connection. And it helps our business just run really smoothly. Even though our techniques are very ancient, we rely just as heavily on technology. Spectrum allows my business to go from surviving to thriving.
Keep your business running smoothly with Spectrum Internet, starting at $40 a month. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
¿Lesionado? Visita abogados.com. Morgan & Morgan.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Swinging to the first base dugout, they're wearing their black uniform tops tonight, white pants, blue lettering and numerals outlined in orange, and Mets in cursive on those black uniforms. Tire Discounters round trip home run promotion offers Braves fans a next day instant savings on sets of select tires, plus a free alignment and a free oil change. The more homers the Braves hit, the bigger the deals at Tire Discounters. Learn more at tirediscounters.com/Braves. Mets coming out of the dugout right now, taking the field. Here's the leather for New York. Pete Alonso is at first base. At second base, it's Jeff McNeil. Shortstop is Francisco Lindor, and Brett Beatty is the third baseman. In the outfield for the Mets, it's Brandon Nimmo in left field. Tyrone Taylor is in center field. Juan Soto is the right fielder. The catcher is Luis Torrens. And on the mound, a familiar right-hander. We just saw him on the 18th. It's Paul Blackburn. Blackburn, 31 years old, 6'1", 200 pounds. And he's making his 5th appearance of the season. His 3rd as a starter. He's 0-1 with a 6.92 ERA. And his last outing was against the Braves in Atlanta. He went 3 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 4 runs, 3 earned, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. Took the loss. That was the night where Chris Sale and the Braves won 5-0, but that turned into a Pyrrhic victory as the Braves won the game but dealt a devastating loss, losing Chris Sale to the fractured rib cage. Altogether, 11 runs allowed over his last 8 innings for Blackburn, and altogether 15 hits in that span. So, Darren, he's a guy who has struggled with contact, lots of base hits against him, and as you and I are discussing, if there's one pitching matchup that you really favor the Braves hard in this series, it's got to be tonight's game.
Yeah, Blackburn is one of those guys. He's kind of a sum of the parts guy. So, as you mentioned, a lot of hard contact lately because if he doesn't have his plus command, there's going to be a lot of loud noises. And then on the other side of the ball, you got Spencer Schwellenbach, the last remaining healthy ace. You know, we can argue between the Spencers, but for now we're gonna go with the younger one, as he's the guy now that Chris Sale's hurt. So, yeah, tonight is again another game that the Braves really have to win. So yeah, got to get that first one in the books here at 4.
Given what I remember versus Blackburn, I just remember lots of cutters and sliders, but he has a pretty deep arsenal, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yeah, cutters, sliders, sinkers as well, curveballs, changeups, and he's kind of ditched the four-seamer this year, only throwing that about 3% of the time.
Well, he'll face Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson, and Marcell Ozuna here in the top of the first inning. Acuna has been on a rampage lately, and he's hoping to get the Braves into the win column tonight. Braves superstar climbs in. He stares down the right-hander Blackburn. Blackburn looks to be ready. First game of this series. And now for the ball game. And the first pitch punched out to right field, down for a base hit. He is something else. First pitch of the game, and he gets a laser into right. And Ronald is 1 for 1. Time of the first pitch tonight, 7:11 Eastern, 6:11 Central, and as I mentioned, 90 degrees here in New York, steamy day. And the time of the first pitch brought to you by Schumann Farms. Look for Real Sweet Brand Vidalia onions from Schumann Farms in a store near you. Acuna and Olson at the top of the order have the longest current on-base streaks in baseball right now. Ronald has extended his, and now Olson looking to do the same thing. There goes Ronald. Pitch on the way. There's a strike. They're down to second base. Head first slide, and he's in there. Stolen base number 199 for Ronald Acuna in his career. And he swipes second. He's in scoring position. Now the Mets looking around, seeing if they want to review this. They do not, as it's waved off by Carlos Mendoza. So Acuna not messing around tonight.
Oh, 2 pitches in. Everybody's very aware of how dynamic Ronald is, and he's showing that here.
Here's the 0-1 to Olson. Bounced up there. For Olson, he's reached base in 23 consecutive games. And Ronald, after that single just a moment ago, has reached in 19 straight games. And again, they're 1-2 in the lead. And hopefully that turns into a winning combination tonight. Some early runs versus Paul Blackburn. Blackburn, the right-hander. Very thick beard. Set right of the belt. 1-1 misses high. Make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count as the cutter sailed high of the strike zone on a 2-1 count now on Olson. He'll be followed by Marcell Ozuna. So many times in 2023, we raved about what the Braves were able to do early in games. First inning production. And a lot of that because of Acuna. Olson swings and it's a deep drive towards right center field. Over to his left. Taylor to the warning track. Runs it down and gently into the right center field wall. Tagging from second base Acuna. He goes into third base standing. So Olson hit it with all his might. Couldn't quite split the gap. And the Braves have a runner at third with 1 out.
Yeah, Olson just hit it to the wrong guy. Taylor in center field has a plus arm and plus range. You can really go get it. If you're looking for hits, you need to go out there to right field. Juan Soto, great hitter. Not known for his speed or his range in the outfield. He's well below average this season.
So now an RBI opportunity for Marcell Ozuna. Runner at third, 1 down. The pitch on the way to Ozuna. And there's a ball outside. Darren, we've been talking about Acuna and Olson, and they've been leading the way. And if there's one guy who's been cold lately that can flip the switch and turn things around, is this man right here in Ozuna.
Yeah, absolutely. Acuna and Olsen both red hot in the month of June, really carrying the Braves offense thus far.
1-0 to Ozuna. Swung on and shot out to second. That'll be gloved by McNeil. McNeil now throws to third. They've got Acuna to run down. And they put the tag on Acuna, and a base running mistake by Ronald, just a little bit too far off the bag at third. McNeil took the one hopper out there to him, and he was looking at Acuna. Acuna almost daring him to throw, so McNeil did. And I don't think Ronald ever thought he was going to throw that way. Ronald was waiting on the throw to go to first base so he could light out for the plate. And McNeil caught his bluff, and 2 down. So now 2 down for Riley with a runner at first base. Fielder's choice for Ozuna. Check swing, a called strike on a slider, 0-1 on Riley.
I'll tell you what happened there is Ronald, that was a line drive off the bat of Ozuna and right back at Blackburn. So Ronald had to freeze because of the line drive. He didn't get a good read on it because of his angle. So he's kind of stuck in no man's land. Compounded the error by getting too far off.
0-1 to Riley, a cutter for a called strike. And that gives Blackburn a bump of momentum. Braves had a promising start to the inning. Now suddenly looking at their final swing here in the first inning. The 0-2. Riley takes a fastball high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. For Blackburn, he's seen the Braves 3 times in his career. He's never beaten Atlanta. 0-1 with a 2.63 ERA in 3 previous appearances, including his big league debut back in 2017 when he was a member of the A's. 1-2 to Riley. Missed on the top shelf of the fastball. Braves also saw him in 2023, and then, like we mentioned, saw him last week in Atlanta. And altogether for Blackburn, 9 years in the big leagues between Oakland and New York, and 90 career appearances entering tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Riley sends one foul into the lower bowl of the stadium down the right field line. Blackburn, an all-star in 2022. That's when he was with the A's. Drafted by the Cubs out of high school in 2012 and signed with them over his commitment to play collegiately at Arizona State. No score, top of the first inning. Now the 2-2. And Riley takes a cutter outside. Torrens tried to frame it for the liking of Todd Tichenor, the home plate umpire, and didn't get the call, so a 3-2 count. Ozuna will be on the move here. Being held by Pete Alonso. The big bear and the polar bear over there at first base. Here's the 3-2 pitch. There goes Ozuna, and Riley hits one way up in the air to left center field. Taylor and Nimmo coming together, and that will be Taylor's ball in deep left center field. So the Braves had a very promising start, but it fizzles away. We head to the bottom of the first inning, Braves nothing, and the Mets coming up on.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand...
Happy birthday!
Comet balloons for your son's space-themed party. Happy birthday! Or gifts, like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you!
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Protecting your family's financial future with life insurance is probably more affordable than you think. And with life insurance from State Farm, your agent can help you choose coverage options to fit your budget. Contact your local State Farm agent or visit statefarm.com to get started today.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, we're the home run hitters you need. Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
B2021.
The original Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's the perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
We in the locker room want to send you to a Braves game. This is Brian Finner, and reminding you that a pair of tickets are up for grabs during our 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
Ben Darren and Jay Chad with you here at Citi Field on a Monday night, game one of this 4-game series between these two NL East rivals, the Braves and Mets. We're scoreless. It'll be Lindor, Nimmo, and Soto to the plate in the bottom of the first inning for the Mets. The leather for Atlanta on the infield. Matt Olson at first base. Ozzie Albies at second. Nick Allen, the shortstop. Austin Riley at third. Get to the outfield after this first pitch from Spencer Schwellenbach. And the righty brings it. And Lindor takes a called strike. Eli White is in left field for the Braves. Michael Harris is in center. Ronald Acuna out in right field. Sean Murphy, the catcher. Spencer Schwellenbach, the Braves hurler tonight. 0-1 pitch and a ball outside. And Darren, while Schwellenbach is locked in on Lindor, he's looking to continue what they did last week against him, as the Braves did a very nice job of neutralizing his bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a fly ball to center. Michael Harris going back into his right. Michael with the room, circles off his route, makes the catch in front of the warning track, and one down.
Yeah, this is a really good Mets offense. You know, they pretty deep top to bottom, but the straw that stirs the drink is Francisco Lindor. You know, you don't really want to face 2, 3, 4 in this lineup with his speed on the bases. So if you can, you know, cut the head of the snake off, you got a much better chance of running the gauntlet through 2, 3, 4 of this lineup. So yeah, the Braves did a good job. He was 0 for 11 with just one walk in that 3-game series.
That might have been the key in that sweep victory over the Mets. There's a ball low and inside of Nimmo. Now, obviously, the Braves did multiple things well, but keeping him quiet, as you mentioned, he was 0 for 11 with one walk.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't a factor at all. One down for Brandon Nimmo. He's hitting .254 on the season, takes a called strike. Our rotation of umpires tonight. Todd Titzner's behind the plate calling balls and strikes. John Tumpain, the first base umpire. Adam Hammery, the second base umpire. And James Jean is at third base. And actually looking out there at them right now, that's actually off on what they gave us. That's Jean at second base. And it looks to be Hammery at third. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch on the way, and a ground ball up the first base line. Olson gloves it right back of the bag, puts his right foot on the pillow, and 2 down here in the first inning. Talking about Spencer Schwellenbach, the right-hander, 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Saginaw, Michigan. He's 25 years old, and he's making his 16th start of the season. Darren, he's been something. He's 5-4 with a 3.26 ERA, and there are lots of numbers we could point at and say, wow, that's amazing. But I think more than anything, just the length that he gives you, routinely going 6, 7, and sometimes 8, 9 innings.
Yeah, he's just unbelievably efficient with his pitches.
There's a called strike on Juan Soto.
Doing just what he did right there, just getting ahead first pitch, being always in or around the strike zone, so batters have to be ready to hit from the jump.
0-1 pitch. And Soto takes a ball low.
And you combine that stubbornness in the strike zone with exceptional stuff, and you get good results. You know, he's making a name for himself as a guy that goes really deep in games.
1-1 pitch. Missed inside with a sinker. Oh, these two saw each other on Tuesday night in Atlanta, and Soto had a home run in the first inning versus Schwellenbach. Braves came back and won that game. 2-1 pitch. Nothing wrong with that. Good sinker on the outside corner. 2-2.
Schwellenbach's going to be using that sinker a lot against Juan Soto. That is the fastball that Soto struggles to hit more so than the four-seamer.
2-2. A little bit low and inside. Interesting thing about that is of the 6 pitches Schwellenbach throws, he probably throws that the least, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, that's his least used pitch this year. But because of the flat plane of Soto's swing, he is vulnerable to stuff that has depth to it, curveballs and sinkers.
3-2. And he pops one up, little bottle rocket just back of the infield cutout. Riley, Allen, White, all there. This will be White's ball. Eli makes the catch, and down they go 1-2-3. We head to the top of the second inning. No score in New York.
My name is Pat. So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand
Happy birthday!
Comet balloons for your son's space theme party? Or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Spectrum Business keeps real businesses, like Rise Bakery, connected.
As a business owner, my Spectrum services help simplify my day. Everything we do is easier knowing that we've got a reliable connection. And it helps our business just run really smoothly. Even though our techniques are very ancient, we rely just as heavily on technology. Spectrum allows my business to go from surviving to thriving.
Keep your business running smoothly with Spectrum Internet, starting at $40 a month. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Spend your afternoon driving around with Chuck and Chernoff, and you can win a pair of Braves tickets. It happens during the 4 o'clock hour weekday afternoons on 680 The Fan.
Well, the Braves had base runners in the first inning, but could not score. In fact, Ronald Acuna was thrown out in between the plate and third. But the Mets went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. It's ladies' night here at the ballpark tonight. Big crowd here tonight, so the ladies are here and the boys are happy. Ozzie Albies climbing in. There's the pitch on the way from Paul Blackburn. And Ozzie takes a called strike.
Yeah, I heard the Mets actually, a lot of the players picked new songs, walkout songs for tonight.
I like that.
Featuring female singers or musicians.
That's a nice touch. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. And Ozzie takes that one in the arm. Spun him around in the left-hand batter's box. That was a cutter that got a piece out of him. And he's at first base. All right, so if you were playing on ladies' night, what do you think you'd switch your walkout song to be?
Oof.
You can take a few innings.
Probably something from the catalog of Celine Dion. You know, she's one of my favorites.
Great voice.
Yeah.
All-time voice.
Yeah. If I think of anything better, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Those are the kind of things we discussed before the broadcast. Because I was really thinking I'd have to go with Dolly, 100%. Dolly or Tammy Wynette, no doubt about it. No score, top of the second. Here's Sean Murphy. And the pitch on the way. There's a ball outside from Blackburn.
Actually, I mean, I had a walkout song by Lady Gaga, so, you know, I went with Poker Face for, I think, 3 of the best years of my career. That would probably be my walkout song.
There's a 1-0 pitch on the way to Murphy. There goes Ozzie. Pitch on the way is a ball, and it's dropped by Torrens. And a stolen base for Ozzie Albies.
This is interesting with these Braves. 2 stolen bases already. Luis Torrens, one of the best throwers in the league, one of a really quick pop time. He's thrown out, coming into the game, 9 of 19 attempted base stealers. So it looks like the Braves are going to test that arm early and often.
Well, the one game he played in Atlanta, he had a tough night behind the plate, had a pass ball, and just wasn't the best version of himself. Here's the 2-0 to Murphy. That'll miss high. 3 balls and no strikes. That stolen base for Ozzie Albies just made a winner out of Karen Hubble in our Toyota Stolen Base Challenge inning. More on that after the 3-0 pitch to Sean Murphy. See if he's got a green light. 3-0 pitch. And he takes a strike. Well, Ozzie Albies just stole a base here in the second inning, the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge inning. So Karen Hubble just won $100 in free marathon gas cards. And you can enter the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge by visiting Braves.com/Stolen Base Challenge. Congratulations to Karen. 3-1 for Murphy. And time called. He steps off the back of the rubber.
It's a win for Karen, but a small win. Somebody just cleaned the bank out a couple days ago.
Was it $900?
I thought it was $1,100.
Was it 11? 2 winners in span of a week. 3-1 to Murphy. He swings and loops one into right field. That's down for a base hit in front of Soto. Advancing 1 base, Ozzie Albies had to make sure it was going to land in right field. Soto was charging in, but played it on the bounce. So the base hit by Murphy puts him in the corners with no one out.
Yeah, good job by Murph getting the better of his old battery mate. Those 2 guys worked together quite a bit out in the Bay Area at Oakland.
I would not want to be the pitcher in a matchup like that. You always want to be the catcher.
I feel like catchers always have the advantage in those matchups.
So here's Michael Harris trying to climb out of a hole. He's batting .223, and a base hit could make it 1-0 Braves. They're currently scoreless in the top of the second. And Harris sends one foul into the seats down the third base line. Back to your walkout song. Didn't you tell me that you met Lady Gaga one time?
I did, yeah.
Did you tell her that you used her music for your walk-up song?
I did.
Was she impressed?
She acted like she was impressed. I doubt she really was.
Who is this bozo?
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Harris swings and misses at a curveball down.
That was after her security guard appeared out of nowhere and almost physically assaulted me. I did not like that I was approaching her table, and then she kind of waved at him like, it's okay, because I was carrying my 2-year-old daughter at the time. So I was allowed to address her.
You use your daughter as a prop.
Exactly.
Here's the 0-2. And Harris cracks one out towards right field, charging in Soto. He dives, and he's got it. Tagging from third base now, Ozzie. He'll score. 1-0 Braves. Juan Soto came in and went into a dive in right field and somehow made the squeeze. But it's an RBI for Harris. That was a neat first dive as his foot was tucked underneath him. Left knee forward, sliding across the grass, made the catch. And one down with the Braves on top, 1-0.
Great job, Michael Harris, cashing that run in. You know, you got your guy Schwellenbach on the mound. You got to love getting that early lead.
That's his 43rd RBI of the year. Bat in the hands of Eli White. And Eli takes a first pitch curveball that looked like a pretty good pitch, but he doesn't get the call. So Ozzie Albies was hit by a pitch, stole second. A single got him to third, and a sac fly drove him in. Over at first base, Sean Murphy. 1-0 pitch, and White lifts one, foul ground, first base side. Alonso tracking to the railing and out of room. That's into the seats, one section down from the Mets dugout on the first base side. And a 1-1 count on Eli. Blackburn at 26 pitches. Definitely want to get his pitch count up. This Mets bullpen has had some struggles lately. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And White takes a called strike. As we mentioned, the Mets have lost 8 of their last 9. When you go on a streak like that, it's never just the one thing that keeps you from winning. It's multiple things. But their bullpen has really been leaking oil here lately. 1-2 to White. And he'll swing and roll one down the third base line, foul.
Yeah, the Mets, as you mentioned, struggling 1-8 in their last 9 games. In those 8 losses, they've only produced just around 2 runs a game. So combine that with some poor starting pitching and a bullpen leaking oil. That's how you get that record.
Mm-hmm.
But as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they play much better in this building.
Yeah, their home record's significantly better than their road record. Sound familiar? There's a ball outside, 2-2. Mets are 19-22 on the road and 27-10 at home. Meanwhile, the Braves 22-15 at home, 13-26 on the road. And trying to take down a team that they swept in Atlanta last week. 1-0 Braves. 2-2 pitch, and White chases and misses a fastball for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Paul Blackburn. And 2 away here in the top of the second inning.
And that's an interesting discrepancy in the Mets record. When I was a player, I never felt like it was a big home field advantage here. You know, when you go to Philly, you can understand it. You know, that place is a little different environment. Citi Field to me is just, it's another place.
Mm-hmm. 2 down for Nick Allen. And Nick takes the first pitch strike. I've heard pitchers talk about how they enjoy the mound here.
Yeah.
Did you experience that?
Yeah, it's a really good one. It's good slope. It's a good picture for you. You know, the condition of it, the mud is great too.
No balls and a strike on Allen. Pitch on the way from Blackburn. And a ground one foul. I also remember we were here last year, and if memory serves, I think you had a conversation about third base with Austin Riley. And we're used to hearing stadiums like San Diego, Los Angeles as being the favorite infield for some of these infielders.
Yeah.
But Riley really likes this place at third.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good playing surface here. Yeah, I've never had any issues. The outfield's great. Infield obviously is good if Riley loves it.
0-2 to Allen. He'll swing and miss. That cutter got the best of him. It left him a little bit confused. Not his best swing. And that ends the top of the second. But the Braves get a run. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Braves.
Are you in the market for a mortgage? If you're
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Real businesses like Malibu Apothecary rely on Spectrum to keep them connected.
We're a fragrance company, but we also have a lot of technology that we use. Spectrum is really the backbone of any of the business we do here. Having a reliable, fast internet service that can fit my budget is really great. I traded a 9 to 5 for a 5 to 9. It's a lot of work, but I love it.
Spectrum Business Internet starts at $40 a month when bundled. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
So you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
1-0 Braves into the bottom of the second inning. A sac fly by Michael Harris drove in Ozzie Albies. And that's how the Braves plated their only run. Pete Alonso climbs in. First pitch he swings. He's swinging to high and deep to right field. That's going to send Ronald Acuna back just a little bit. Ronald under it makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 down. Only the original Louisiana brand hot sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. The original Louisiana brand hot sauce. Also the official hot sauce of our pregame meal before the broadcast. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. Finished up the series in Miami yesterday afternoon. Went wheels up from Miami about 6:15 Eastern. Landed here at 9:13 last night, so it was good to get in at a decent time. There's a ball inside. Traveled a little over 1,100 miles. And here for 4 games. Game 1 of this 4-game series. 1-0 pitch on the way to McNeil. Softly hit off of his foot. McNeil's not going to tell you it's all that soft. That rolled all the way out there to second base. Coming off the bat, looked like just a little roller, but it was right off of his foot, and he's sitting down in the left-hand batter's box in pain.
Yeah, our listeners might assume that the worst part of our day yesterday was the defeat at the hands of the Marlins, but for me personally, it was being stuck in the Lincoln Tunnel behind an accident. That's not a place you like to be.
Yeah, I got a little stuffy down there.
Yeah, you're under the Hudson River. 2 lanes, and you get an accident, man. It was bottlenecked.
You know who did a great job was our bus driver.
He did.
I mean, he wheeled that bus around that accident like we were in the movie Speed.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys that drive these buses in New York City deserve hazard pay because that's something I could never do.
Yeah, our guy wasn't messing around. 1-0 Braves, bottom of the second. 1 down, bases empty for McNeil. Pitch from Schwellenbach, popped up, shallow left. Nick Allen going to drift back. Allen looks up into the New York sky, makes the catch and 2 down. For Spencer Schwellenbach, we were talking about how he's been going so deep in games. His last outing against these Mets in Atlanta on the 17th went 7 innings. And that's a game, Darren, where he gave up a few runs early and still found a way to go deep in that contest.
Yeah, that's all you can ask out of your starting pitchers. He made a couple mistakes with his off-speed stuff early to a couple dangerous hitters, but recovered nicely.
Tyrone Taylor takes a called strike.
This being one of them. He hung a split against Taylor, and Taylor deposited over the left field wall at Truist. Hopefully he gets the better of him here tonight.
Taylor's put up pretty good numbers versus Schwellenbach in his career. Ground ball to third base, taken on 2 bounces by Riley. Whips it over to first base, and down they go 1, 2, 3. So 6 up and 6 down for Schwellenbach. We advance to the top of the 3rd inning with the Braves leading 1-0.
Hello. I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Life insurance may seem complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Especially when you have a good neighbor at State Farm who can answer your questions and help make it easier to understand. With over 19,000 agents across the nation, it's easier than ever to find a local State Farm agent who can help you understand your options and choose the right life insurance coverage to protect your loved ones. Contact your local State Farm agent or visit statefarm.com to get started today.
Out here, we feel things. The sore calves that lead to epic views, the cool waterfall mist during a hot hike, and the breeze that hits just right at the summit. But hey, don't just listen to us. Experience it for yourself. All Trails makes it easy to discover the best of the outdoors, with more than 450,000 trails around the world, points of interest along the trail, and offline maps for always-on navigation. Download the free app today and find your next outdoor adventure.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
For the 3rd inning, Braves 1, Mets nothing. Xfinity knows live baseball is better with less freezing at the plate. That's why we deliver Wi-Fi built for streaming with ultra-low lag. Get the fastest connection to the Braves and stream more of the biggest moments from the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Paul Blackburn going back to work, this time versus Ronald Acuna, who's 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch to Ronald, missed outside with a cutter. Ronald on the very first pitch of the game laced a single into right field. Stole second base, reached third on a flyout by Matt Olson, and then was an out on the base paths between home and third base. 1-0 to Acuna, and he'll swing and miss at a changeup. Acuna, Olson, and Ozuna for the Braves here in the top of the 3rd. 1-1. This time with a fastball. Ronald's got the average up to 402 after that base hit in the first inning. 8 home runs for him. 2-1 pitch, and he slugs one to deep center. Spreading back with urgency, Taylor at the wall. Goodbye. Fire in the hole for Ronald Acuna. It's his 9th homer of the year, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a shot. Out the deepest part of the ballpark, just to the left of that apple cave out there. And Ronald jubilantly rounds the sacks for the 9th time. That ball was absolutely hammered to straightaway center.
He is on another planet right now. He was on the fastball in his first at bat. That time waited nicely on a curveball. As you mentioned, drove it to the deepest part of the park. That was a rocket.
Already 2 for 2 in this game. Matt Olson checks swing. They appeal. He did go. Ronald now has 4 straight multi-hit efforts and has reached in 61 of his 119 plate appearances this season. That's over 50%. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Olson swings and misses at a fastball. I mean, he just leaves you stunned with what he's able to do with his bat. He's had 119 trips to the plate this season, resulting in 40 hits and 21 walks. He's a machine. 0-2 on the way to Olson. That'll be lined down the right field line, a fair ball. Into the corner. Matt Olson hits the bag at first, heads for second base. Just now arriving to it, Juan Soto. By the time he gets it in, it's a double for Matt Olson. So the Braves with a homer and a double to get things going here in the third inning. And Olson extends his on-base streak to 24 straight games. By the way, the home run by Ronald Acuna is the first home run of the night for the Braves, meaning you'll save at least $75 on a set of select tires at Tire Discounters tomorrow only, plus a free alignment and a free oil change. Stay tuned for the Hyundai postgame show to see how much you'll save tomorrow at Tire Discounters. Visit TireDiscounters.com/Braves to learn more. Looking for a big inning. Runner at second, no one out. Pitch on the way to Ozuna. And it'll take a sinker low and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Homer by Acuna traveled 419 feet and came off his bat at 110 miles an hour. 1-0 pitch, laid off a slider away, 2-0. Hitters count for Ozuna. And the 2-0. Way outside, nowhere near with that sinker. And a 3-0 count for Marcel. Love these early runs, especially as a visiting team. Try to take the crowd out of it early. And another chance to do that right here. Olson a lead at second. 3-0, missed outside. So 4 straight pitches, and Ozuna's aboard. So the third inning has gone homer, double, walk, and here comes Austin Riley. And before he climbs in, Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach, will pay a visit to Paul Blackburn.
You know, you can look up and down the box score, and you'll see Acuna's fingerprints all over it. And, you know, we know he gets on base, and he scores runs, he drives in runs. But what we're seeing here is he can also rattle pitchers. You know, first pitch of the game, he's on base, steals a base. Next time up, it's a big homer to the deepest part of the ballpark on really not a terrible pitch from Blackburn. And so as a pitcher, that just kind of it rattles you a little bit. You know, like that was not a bad pitch, and it's over the fence right now. So, you know, Matt Olson puts a nice ball down the right field line. Now Blackburn's, he's in hot water here early in the game with, as you mentioned, a bullpen that's been struggling.
Well, when people ask me about Ronald Acuna and all the things that he does well, I think my favorite answer to that question is how unique of an ability he has to just take over a game by himself. We're not used to seeing that. Here's the pitch on the way to Austin Riley, and that's to the backstop. A very wild pitch by Blackburn. Ozuna to second, Olson to third. The Braves cooking with gas here in the third inning.
Yeah, there's only a handful of players in the league that can do that. Yeah, I mentioned Francisco Lindor. I think he's one of those. That's why it's so important that the Braves focus on keeping him down like they did during that 3-game sweep.
I mean, a lot of your best players are just big-time contributors. There aren't too many of those who can just completely take over a game by themselves. 1-0 to Riley is outside, 2-0. And it really is something to behold just watching it over the course of a game. Anytime he comes to the plate and the opposing pitcher has to think, my goodness, didn't he just come up to the plate? 2-0 Braves, top of the third. 2-0 pitch. And he takes a called strike. Slider, middle.
And having him in that leadoff spot, as a starting pitcher, you have all day to think about your start. You know you have to face him right out of the gate. And a lot of these starting pitchers like to settle in a little bit, get a few pitches under their belt before they face the best hitters, but that's not an option you have against the Braves.
2-1 to Riley. That's outside. Yeah, psychologically, that's got to mess with the pitcher all day.
It does, yeah. And you can't throw him a first pitch fastball right down the middle because he's not going to take it. If he likes it, he's going to let it fly. So that's why you see pitchers throw so many sliders or curveballs to him first pitch.
Base hit could mean 2 runs. 3-1, he comes unraveled. Swung on a miss at a slider that would have been ball 4. So now 3-2 count on Riley. Austin 0 for 1 with a fly out to deep center. He pinwheels his bat, now bounces it on his right shoulder. Blackburn comes set. 3-2, missed inside with a fastball. Missed by just a whisker. But I tell you, when you're missing as badly as Blackburn has been missing this inning, it's going to be hard to get the close calls.
Yeah, absolutely. He finished out the second inning with a couple strikeouts, and I mentioned you guys in between innings that his stuff looked a little sharper in those last 2 at-bats. But again, Ronald Acuna can really knock you off your game.
They're now loaded for Ozzie Albies with no one out. On the first pitch to Ozzie, he swings and misses at a changeup way out in front. Ozzie hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second inning. But he is looking to do some major damage in this trip to the plate, the third inning. Riley, Ozuna, Olsen take their leads. 0-1. And he'll send one foul rolling by the Mets dugout. Braves got after Blackburn when they last faced him. He couldn't get out of the fourth inning in that game. Gave up 4 runs, 3 earned. And he is fighting to keep his head above water here in the third inning. I mean, right in the crossfire with the bases loaded. 0-2 to Albies. And he swings and pops one up. Out towards short. Francisco Lindor drifting into shallow left center. And he's got the out. 1 down. So 1 out. Sean Murphy to the plate. Murphy singled back in the second inning. Braves leading 2-0, but they want a big inning here in the third. Inning started with a home run by Acuna, and now they're loaded with 1 down. Pitch on the way to Murphy, and he missed high with a sinker. Murphy with 21 RBIs this season. He can bump up that total if he can find a gap here. 1-0 pitch. Sent foul out the end of his bat towards the Mets dugout. Blackburn rubbing up a new baseball, just kind of looking aimlessly off into the seats of the outfield. Trying to think, okay, where do I go now? Surrounded by Braves with 1 down. 1-1 pitch. And he missed inside with a sinker. Check swing by Murphy, but it didn't go. Mets fans hollering at Todd Tichenor. He's the home plate umpire, but that never had the plate. 2-1 pitch. Inside, almost hit him with a sinker. And now a 3-1 count on the Braves catcher. I don't know how that missed him. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Bases loaded. And the 3-1 swung on and hit well out to left field. In line with it, Nimmo makes the catch in deep left field. Tagging from third base, Olsen. He'll come home and score. Sac fly by Sean Murphy rakes in the run. It's his 22nd RBI of the year. And the Braves have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the third inning.
And Ben, you said that the Mets fans were yelling at the home plate umpire, Todd Tichenor. I think that's just how they talk here, buddy. It's just a New York conversation. You can hear it 100 feet away.
That'd have been just as common with the bases empty.
That's right.
Michael Harris to the plate, drove in a run on a sac fly back in the second inning. 3-0 Braves, top of the third. Ozuna at second, Riley at first. Here's the first pitch to Harris. He will line one directly to first baseman Pete Alonso, who never moved his feet. Caught it right at the letters. So that laser beam ends in his glove for out number 3. But the Braves pick up 2 runs. Also a home run by Ronald Acuna in the inning. We head to the bottom of the third inning, 3-0 Braves.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve and inspire.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
Need life insurance but don't know where to start? Your State Farm agent can help you understand your options so you can choose the right life insurance coverage to protect your family. Contact your local State Farm agent or visit statefarm.com to get started today.
The Fan, 680 and 93.7, home of the Braves.
Spencer Schwellenbach goes to work in the bottom of the third inning. Fires a ball low and inside to Jared Young. Spencer's got himself a 3-0 lead. Braves with 1 in the second, 2 in the third. And the young right-hander with a 3-run cushion facing 7, 8, and 9 in the order for the Mets. There's a called strike on Young. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you from Citi Field in New York. There's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Jared Young. And a called strike. Good pitch. That curveball, pretty nasty pitch. Especially to the left-hander Young. Schwellenbach in search of his first strikeout of the game. 1-2 to Young. Ground ball fouled on the right field line. Folks, you need all the energy you can get for game day. At Georgia Power, we know that energy costs are an important part of every budget, and we're committed to providing tools and assistance to make a difference. You can save energy for the game. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy. 1-2 to Young, and that fastball missed outside. Was coming in there at 98. And that falls in line, Darren, with what we've seen lately from Schwellenbach, that fastball 98, 99.
His fastball velo this year up a whole mile an hour over last year.
2-2 and got him swinging. Went after the splitter, and that thing just died of exhaustion. Never got there.
Yeah, early in this game, he's just been feeding these Mets hitters fastballs. Just saying, hey, see if you can hit it. And here in this at-bat, he did go to his off-speed well. Last time out against the Mets, he threw 18 curveballs, which would be a season high for him. I think that's due to the Mets having 6 lefties in this lineup.
Here's Luis Torrens, and he'll send one foul. That strikeout is our Gas South bringing the heat strikeout. Just like Spencer Schwellenbach, Gas South is bringing the heat with no deposits, no hidden fees, and simple natural gas plans. This difference is good. 0-1 to Torrens, weakly hit out to the pitcher. That's where ground balls go to die. Schwellenbach about the best in the game defensively. And an easy test for him to pass, gloving and firing it over. Tell you what, Chris Sale would tell you, I had to let Schwellenbach know that he's not the only guy who can pick it around here.
That's right. Yeah, we were talking to Chris Sale on the bus today about the play that he unfortunately got injured on. And he said there's a healthy competition between him and Schwellenbach for who's the best fielding pitcher. He said he just can't let Schwelly run away with that gold glove.
Brett Beatty takes a ball outside. That's coming from a guy who won one last year.
Sure did.
Now, those two guys, Sale and Schwellenbach, not easy to get one by them. 1-0 pitch, low and inside to Beatty. Braves 3, Mets nothing, bottom of the third. And Schwellenbach looking for 9 up and 9 down to begin the game. Line drive, base it into center. That was spanked up the middle. Turned around a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. First runner of the game for the Mets, and before Francisco Lindor comes to the plate, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Every Atlanta Braves game, live on the air and streaming free on the app.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan.
Well, that's one way to get one by Schwellenbach. Hit it about 105 off the bat. Went right behind him. So here's Lindor. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. And Lindor takes a ball inside. Schwellenbach only at 31 pitches. We have been telling you about how efficient he's been and how he's been able to go deep in games so often this season. 1-0 pitch in the air to center, and that laser beam finds grass. So a knock for Lindor. That's his first hit versus the Braves this season. So back-to-back 2-out singles for Beatty and Lindor. And they're at first and second now for Brandon Nimmo. For Schwellenbach, he has gone 7 innings or more in 7 of 15 starts this season. He's gone 6 innings or more in 13 to 15. That tells you he's done a nice job of limiting damage, exactly what he's trying to do here. Nimmo takes a ball high. He's also allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 9 of 15 starts. And he's got a 3-0 lead right here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mets fans trying to get into it. 1-0 pitch. Missed away with a curve. This rally has flared up out of nowhere. 2 quick outs and then back-to-back singles. 2-0 pitch. Back to the curveball. This time for a strike.
Yeah, Brandon Nimmo is no slouch in the batter's box, but you got to know who's on deck. You know, Juan Soto, the $700+ million man, lurking there. Got to get Nimmo here.
There's 2-1 in the dirt with a splitter. And now a 3-1 count. He'll thumb through the catalog here and try to figure out which selection will get him back into this count. We'll see where he goes. Runners take their leads at first and second. 3-1 pitch. Fouled a fastball back. Back to old number 1.
Yeah, love that. Good challenge fastball right there. 98 at the top of the zone. Let's see how fast your hands are. And they weren't quite fast enough there.
Schwellenbach looking into his backstop, Sean Murphy. Runners will take off here. And the 3-2. Popped up, foul ground. Riley going back down the line into foul territory, and he's got it as he slides into the tarp. Outstanding play by Austin Riley to hang a 0 up on the board here in the bottom of the 3rd. What a brilliant path that he took, and a great catch by Riley. And that's our Truist play of the game, brought to you by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. 3-0 Braves at the end of 3.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Protecting your family's financial future with life insurance is probably more affordable than you think. And with life insurance from State Farm, your agent can help you choose coverage options to fit your budget. Contact your local State Farm agent or visit statefarm.com to get started today.
Leading 3-0 into the top of the 4th inning. And it's 3-0 because of a splendid defensive gem by Austin Riley. Navigating back into foul ground down the line. And a feet-first slide into the tarp to make the catch for out number 3. Leave runners stranded at first and second. And furthermore, leave Juan Soto in the on-deck circle. Eli White takes a ball outside. I mean, so many times it's Spencer Schwellenbach who can find the way off the hook himself. But that time got the help of his friends. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Eli White. White swings and misses at a sinker. It's White, Allen, and Acuna for the Braves here in the top of the 4th inning. Eli White 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the 1-1 from Blackburn. A little bit low and away with the fastball. Blackburn up to 62 pitches as it continues to work here in the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 to White. Had a notion. Doesn't swing. Takes a slider that wasn't a strike. Most called a strike. That never had the plate.
No.
Todd Tichenor widened up the zone there with that call. So instead of 3-1, it's a 2-2 count. Blackburn deals. White swings and misses at a slider.
Yeah, you kind of have to swing at sliders out of the zone if they're going to be called. That just, these guys work really hard at defining their strike zone. And when the umpire is giving the pitchers, 2-3 balls off, it just changes everything.
1 down for Nick Allen. Northside Hospital for a healthier future together. Look to Northside. 3-0 Braves in the top of the 4th. First pitch all the way to Allen. And he takes a slider away. Allen 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1-0 pitch, slider low and outside, 2-0. All 4 games in this series will all be night games. Under the lights, 4 straight here in New York. Game 2 tomorrow night, Spencer Strider versus Frankie Montas. That'll be a 7:10 Eastern first pitch. Every game in this series will be a 7:10 Eastern first pitch. 2-0 pitch, right down the middle for a called strike. So you got that 1-2 punch of the 2 Spencers in the Braves rotation, Schwellenbach and Strider. In games 1 and 2, that'll be Fuentes and Holmes, games 3 and 4, versus Holmes and Canning. 2-1, little dribbler down the third baseline, coming in Beatty, bare hands, throws over, and his throw is wild down the right field line. Allen makes a left-hand turn, heads to second base. And that should be a single and an error. And that'll be the case, a single by Allen on the little dribbler down the third base line, and then an E5 charge to Beatty. And now Ronald gets to come to the plate with a man in scoring position.
Yeah, this is a lethal combination. When Nick Allen does manage to get on base, it seems like Ronald's done a great job of helping him score and driving him in. Hopefully we can pay off again here.
Well, Acuna with a single and a homer in the game. He has rocked Blackburn and looking to do it again to drive in a run. First pitch to Acuna. And a strike on the inside corner, able to find the inner third with a sinker. Acuna's average up to 408. He stares down the righty Blackburn. Allen a lead at second. Pick off to second base, and nobody was there. McNeil was close to the action, and he drifted to his right, made the catch about 8 feet back of the bag at second.
This is a situation where the lineup shuffle that Snit did a couple days ago really comes into play. Instead of having Alex Verdugo on deck with a Ronald Acuna base open, you got Matt Olson lurking.
0-1 to Acuna. Missed low with a sinker.
So, a couple days ago, you probably just pitch around Ronald here, face Verdugo, looking for a ground ball. But you don't have that luxury here tonight.
Acuna waits the 1-1. Pitch on the way from Blackburn. And a called strike. For Ronald, this is his 28th game this season since coming back from the injury. Base hit would give him RBI number 17 of the season and number 2 tonight. Good wheels out there, and Nick Allen at second base. 1 out. 3-0 Braves in the 4th. Acuna adjusts his helmet, steadies his bat, stares down Blackburn. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and sent foul to the third base line. Ronald wearing bright yellow cleats and bright yellow sleeve on his left arm, batting gloves. That knee guard on his left knee, yellow as well. Chain dangling around his neck, pinwheels his bat, and ready for the 1-2 pitch. Right-hander Blackburn, a glance to second. 1-2. Swung on, missed. Went away with a cutter. That's the first time that Blackburn has solved Acuna tonight. First time he's really even been close. So 2 down, and it's up to Matt Olson, who doubled and scored a run back in the 3rd inning. And like we mentioned earlier, Olson reaching base earlier, has now reached base in 24 straight games, longest on-base streak currently in Major League Baseball. First pitch to Olson, swung on, popped up on the infield. They all race for the grass back of the mound. That'll be caught by Lindor in between first and the mound. Shortstop ran a long way to get there. That's out number 3, and the Braves leave a runner stranded at second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you!
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Protecting your family's financial future with life insurance is probably more affordable than you think. And with life insurance from State Farm, your agent can help you choose coverage options to fit your budget. Contact your local State Farm agent or visit statefarm.com to get started today.
Braves coverage starts 2 hours before every first pitch during the season on a radio home, the Atlanta Braves, 680 The Fan, and of course the Fan app.
Right on into the bottom of the 4th inning. Braves on top of the Mets, 3-0 here in New York. Juan Soto leads off for New York. First pitch he sees, slugged to deep right field. Ronald Acuna in line with it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hit very hard, but Ronald, so like he knew exactly where it was going. Went to that spot in deep right, 1 down, and a good start to the Tidal Wave Auto Spa inning. Tidal Wave Auto Spa is making Braves country clean car country all season long. If the Braves hit to score this 4th inning tonight, Tidal Wave will offer half off their Best Wash membership tomorrow. Learn more at TidalWaveAutospa.com/Braves. Well, you love getting Soto on 1 pitch, don't you?
Absolutely.
Pete Alonso takes a strike.
Yeah, he's one of the most patient hitters in the league. Actually has the highest walk rate in the league. So that's a guy that you can burn a lot of pitches on.
0-1 to Alonso. Busted his bat. Soft roller to first. Olson's got it. Lobs to Schwellenbach. 2 down.
Ouch. I mean, he was all up in that kitchen there. That's... His hands might hurt, but I guarantee his pride hurts more than those.
Spencer served him up a jam sandwich.
Oh, my gosh.
2 very quick outs. Here's Jeff McNeil. Schwellenbach enters the action tonight. 3rd in the National League in innings pitched. There's a called strike, and a lot of that because of innings like this. I mean, boom, boom. 2 quick outs. Paul Skeens leads the National League in innings. Logan Webb 2nd, and Schwellenbach 3rd. It's a good list. Pulled foul at the end of the Mets dugout, 0-2. Schwellenbach has also put up good numbers in his career versus the Mets. 2-0 with a 1.93 ERA in 4 career starts. And 7 innings against them last season here. There's the 0-2 pitch. McNeil sends 1 foul. You know, Spencer had 7 shutout innings against the Mets here last season. And prior to tonight, that was his only career appearance in this ballpark.
Yeah, that's the game for me. It was late July last year that really I was like, this guy is a whole nother level because it was a big game and a big time of the season, and he just showed off in that game. 11 strikeouts.
0-2 pitch. Bounced the pitch in the dirt. That was a splitter down, 1-2.
Yeah, late July, the Braves are fighting for their lives to make the playoffs, and this young kid, just 11 starts into his major league career, comes in and faces the Mets at home, and 2 hits over 7 innings. Really impressive stuff.
1-2. Tapped foul. That rolls over towards the on-deck circle where Tyrone Taylor picks it up. Braves in the 5th will have Ozuna, Riley, and Albies due up. 3, 4, 5 in the order. And currently leading 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Schwellenbach nods with his catcher Murphy. 1-2. This tie with a heater.
Talking about wasting pitches, this guy, Jeff McNeil, is one of those guys that can really dive deep into your pocket there. He only strikes out once every 10 at bats, so he's somebody who's not really worth trying to strike out.
2-2, softly tapped off the glove of Schwellenbach out to Albies. He quickly gets into first base. Had a good stretch off the bag by Olsen for the out. And grazed the glove of Schwellenbach, so a 1-4-3 put out. And down they go in order. We go to the top of the 5th inning, 3-0 Braves.
Braves fans, this is Mike Morgan, founder and...
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
I hope your week is off to a good start. And we appreciate you dropping by to spend some time with us tonight on the Braves Radio Network. So far, the news has been good. Braves scored once in the 2nd, twice in the 3rd. And Marcell Ozuna leads off with the Braves in the top of the 5th inning. Paul Blackburn back to work. This right-hander had 74 pitches. His 75th bullet fired as a sinker for a called strike. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer, Jonathan the Punching Bag Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ozuna takes a ball low. If I ever get a call from HR and they say there's been a complaint, I'm going to say, was it Jonathan?
100%.
How did you know? Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Ozuna swings and misses. Now, he'll give it right back, but the thing is, he doesn't have a microphone.
He doesn't, yeah. Yeah, he makes it easy on us. In a city with the best food in the world, highest deli percentage establishments anywhere in the world, he chose to eat at Subway today, and that's just unforgivable.
There's a 1-2 pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna, low and outside. How many delis do you think he walked past to get to Subway?
A baker's dozen. He wanted to see his old friend Jared and get himself a nice cardboard sub. That's unforgivable.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Marcell Ozuna. And he just missed low and outside with a sinker. The 3-2 on Ozuna. Marcel's been on twice, fielder's choice and a walk. And the 3-2. And he swings and pops one up, reaching for the seats, coming back Torrens. He's out of real estate. That'll land down there in the lower level. By the way, that clean inning for Spencer Schwellenbach in the bottom of the fourth going to save you big tomorrow at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Tomorrow is a clean inning car wash celebration day at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Stop by and get half off their best wash membership for the first month. Braves country is clean car country thanks to Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Ozuna. And he'll swing and miss at a changeup for strike 3. Yeah, that's strikeout number 5 for Paul Blackburn. I want to remind you, visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information. What have you seen out of Blackburn as he continues in this ball game?
Yeah, I mean, when he's hitting his spots, he's got a nice assortment of stuff. A lot of movement. That changeup this year, he's been struggling with that. Batter's hitting 455 off it, but it was a really good pitch for him last season.
Austin Riley due up. Takes a cutter low and outside.
And that one he just struck out Ozuna on was very nasty. I mean, that's a tough pitch to hit. Looks like a fastball down the middle. Next thing you know, it's down there near the dirt.
Riley's been on once. He'll swing and miss at a fastball. You know what's interesting? We were talking about Blackburn and his assortment and how deep it is. And that's very much like what we'd say about Spencer Schwellenbach. Both have a very deep catalog of pitches that they can go to. There's the 1-1, and Riley with a fly ball to deep center field. Tyrone Taylor sprinting back. Taylor back to the wall. Spins around, goes up. It's over his head and off the wall. He tumbles to the ground. Around second base, Riley. And Riley cruising into third base. That's a triple for Austin Riley. I mean, dead center. And he had Taylor all twisted up out there. And Taylor like a bug on a windshield going into the outfield wall. I mean, that thing splattered him out there in center field.
Boy, between that one and Ronald's home run, it seems like the ball's carrying the center. I mean, Riley hit that well, but I didn't expect it to hit off the wall.
That's Riley's first triple of the year and the 11th of his career. And he's at third base with one down for Ozzie. Infield will come in. Ozzie Albies hit by a pitch in the second inning, scored a run, also popped out to short. And Ozzie swings and tips one foul. Finishing that point on the two pitchers, there are other differences, obviously. I mean, Schwellenbach's throwing 99. Yeah. Blackburn's, 93, 94.
Yeah.
But you got Schwellenbach on one side who has command of all 6 of those pitches. Yeah. And for Blackburn, kind of shaky, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going in and out of it. Some at bats he looks unhittable. Others he just loses it.
The one to Albies, fouled off.
Yeah, certainly is a different grade of octane. You know, Spencer, there's a lot more margin for error at 98. He's thrown some 99s tonight. He's just forcing his fastball down the Mets' throat.
Base hit means a run. Infield in, one down. Sean Murphy on deck. Meanwhile, Blackburn at 86 pitches. Taking his time. Now Ozzie takes time. Jose Budo is now tossing in the Mets bullpen. Riley looking for a lift home. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Missed high. Climbed the ladder to the top rung with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know, that's an interesting pitch here. Sac fly scores Riley, right? And if you pitch at the top of the zone, there's more fly balls up there. Obviously taking the gamble, looking for a swing and a miss and a strikeout.
1-2 to Albies, popped up on the infield. Lindor, Beatty, they're both there. That's Lindor's ball. Makes the catch on the grass between third and the mound. So now to take a 2-out base hit from Sean Murphy. Murphy has solved Blackburn once. He did so on a single back in the second inning. Also a sac fly RBI by Murphy here in the third, but that'll do him no good here. Something the Braves were so good at in that series versus the Mets was base hits with 2 down and men in scoring position. Now, they've not been very good in that department this season as a whole, but in that one series, they were very good, and a big reason they swept that series. Now looking for some more of that right here in the 5th inning. First pitch to Murphy. Strike. Sinker on the outside corner. That's a flip of the coin call right there. Could have gone either way. Righty-righty matchup at the 0-1 pitch. Murphy bounces one foul off the inside of his foot, and he's down 0-2. Braves are 1 for 8 in this game with runners in scoring position. And at this point, they have stranded 5. Looking for a base hit here, but Murphy down 0-2. Got to shorten up, find a way to put it in play. 0-2 pitch, missed high with a fastball. If he can reach, Michael Harris would come to the plate. Murphy sitting on 22 RBIs for the season. Number 23, 1 hit away. 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. Not a very competitive cutter that time, with the count even at 2. Little breeze swirling around in the ballpark, mostly out towards right field. Murphy awaits. 2-2. Low and inside with a sinker. So good patience. Able to get the count to full. Let's see where Blackburn wants to go here. He's at 93 pitches. And a 3-2. Towering shot, but fouled on the left field line. I mean, he hooked it deep into the third deck up there. Man.
Yeah, it seems like Blackburn, whenever there's a question, he's going to his changeup, and that's what he threw there. And he threw it up high. Unfortunately, Sean just a little bit early on it.
Again, the 3-2. Outside for ball 4. Blackburn thought he had the call. He started to walk off the field. And Todd Tichenor, the home plate umpire, was silent. So ball 4. That puts him in the corners for Michael Harris. And here comes Carlos Mendoza, and he's got the hook with him. So Blackburn was hoping to get one more out and just miss with that pitch. And Mendoza climbs the mound, takes the ball away from Blackburn, and he makes the Pennington Grass Seed call to the bullpen. If you're looking to transform your lawn this year, turn to Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts.
Ground penetrating radar services and high quality aerial imagery. Learn more by visiting diggingintothepast.com. That's diggingintothepast.com.
For game-changing performance on the field to getting things done around the house, doers make a difference. And when it comes to home improvement needs delivered right to your door, the Home Depot is how doers get more done.
Hey Braves fans, this is Finn here. How well do you know us in the locker room? Your answer could win you a pair of Braves tickets during our 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
Well, top of the 5th. 2 down. Braves lead at 3-0. Looking to add on to that. They do have runners on first and third. They will be the responsibility of the Mets starter, Paul Blackburn. First reliever out of the gate for the Mets is the right-hander, Jose Butto. 27-year-old has thrown in 28 games this season. Last pitched on the 20th against Philadelphia. 2 innings pitched with 3 strikeouts. He has been their fireman and has stranded 12 of the last 14 inherited runners he has inherited. So this is his job getting out of these jams for the Mets.
Yeah, he has been specializing in situations just like this. Michael Harris has never faced him in his career. Michael tonight 0 for 1. First pitch misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. Harris had a sac fly to drive in the first run of the game in the second. And then in the third inning, he hit a ball right on the screws, but directly to Pete Alonso. Well, Alonso now is holding on the runner Murphy at first base. And if he'd have hit one right there, it'd be open on that side. There's a swing and a miss on a changeup. Got a 1-out triple by Riley. He's been standing over there for a while. And Murphy walked after Albies popped out. So 2 down runners at the corners. 1-1 pitch sent foul up into the second deck down the third base line. Buto trying to clean up Blackburn's mess. And Harris trying to make it messier. Michael takes time, digs around in the left-hand batter's box, taps 2 corners of the plate with the end of his bat, and now steadies the stick. Meanwhile, Buto checking the rearview mirror at the runner Murphy over there at first base. 1-2 to the plate. Ground ball out towards second base. McNeil has it, throws on the run, and in time for the out. Alonso went down into a split in the dirt and somehow kept his right foot on the bag to get the out. And the Braves denied. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
This summer, Lazy Days RV of Tampa is handing you the keys to your next vacation. For a limited time, when you buy a new or used RV or complete a qualified RV service, you'll receive a free 3-day, 2-night stay at Camp Margaritaville RV Resort in Auburndale. Plus, for a limited time, make 0 payments for 45 days on the RV of your dreams. And with RV payments starting at just $4 a day, it's never been easier to hit the open road. Don't miss out on your 3-day, 2-night stay at Camp Margaritaville RV Resort on us. Visit Lazy Days RV of Tampa or lazydays.com today to kickstart your summer.
There's no such thing as a fender bender when it comes to motorcycle accidents.
More than 80% of crashes result in catastrophic injuries. Injuries that require experienced attorneys ready to fight for you. We are, and we will.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Fall in crystal clear HD on the Fan app. Now with Apple CarPlay, so you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
Braves 3, Mets nothing into the bottom of the 5th inning. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you. For the Mets here in the 5th inning, it'll be Taylor, Young, and Torrens. Folks, did you know the original Louisiana brand hot sauce is the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves? They make that stuff with peppers, vinegar, salt, and they bring it all together in the perfect balance to make the food you're eating taste better. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Tyrone Taylor takes a called strike. Now, Taylor is 0 for 1 in this game with a ground out to third base. But keep an eye on him. He's 4 for 9 in his career versus Schwellenbach with 3 extra base hits, including a homer. 0-1. There's a called strike. Quickly, 0-2 on Taylor.
6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run.
0-2. Low and outside with a slider. That final out on Blackburn, 4 2/3 of an inning, 3 runs, 3 earned, 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, a wild pitch and a homer allowed. Also hit a batter. 1-2 to Taylor, ground ball out towards second. Ozzie up with it, throws over to Matt Olson, 1 away.
I think the luxury when you have an arsenal like Spencer Schwellenbach is that you can present, something different each time you started. He's faced the Mets 5-6 days ago, and today he's using his sinker, his second most used pitch. That's his least used pitch traditionally. Last time he threw a lot more breaking stuff to him. He's just, as I've mentioned a couple times here, he's just coming out right at him with the heaters.
There's Jared Young. There's a ball outside. it gives you options. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. And I think back on a story that actually Joe and I were talking about this past week. We're talking about the 1995 World Series. Young takes a ball high, 2-0, and he was talking about Tom Glavine. And the story that Joe told me is that Glav was riding to the park for Game 6 with Greg Maddux, and Glav was starting that night. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. That'll be fouled back. And Glav had dazzled in his previous outing versus Cleveland. And he said, well, should I change something up? And Maddux said, no. Make them make the adjustment. Make them make the change.
Yeah.
Go out there and do what you did last time that made you successful, and then adjust. Here's the 2-1 fouled back. And I bring that up to say with Schwellenbach, I feel like if he wanted to have the exact same approach that he had last go-around versus the Mets, his stuff is good enough to do that.
Yeah.
But if he wants to tweak it, he has such a deep arsenal where he can do that and still be successful.
Yeah.
2-2. Pack him up. Swung on and missed at a fastball, 98. It's good to have that in your back pocket, too.
Yeah, I mean, the only mistakes he made in his last start against the Mets, where he did pitch into the 7th inning, which so it wasn't a terrible start, was with off-speed stuff. So here today, he's like, all right, let's see if you can hit my heater. And until you prove to me that you can, I'm not going to waste all these curveballs and these splitters and sliders.
Makes Sean Murphy's job pretty easy. Number 1, here it comes. That'll be missed inside with a sinker. 1 ball and no strikes. Batter is Luis Torrens. It's 3-0 Braves are in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch, finds its mark. Got a slider on the inside corner. Even the count up at 1. One to Torrens. Fouled off. Mets demoted catcher Francisco Alvarez to AAA on Sunday. He's been hitting 190 in his last 23 games. He had been their primary catcher. And now that goes to Torrens. One-two. And a wave and a miss and a splitter for strike 3. He's just cutting right through him. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Through 5 innings, the Mets have had 2 men reach, and that's now 4 1-2-3 frames for Schwellenbach. We advance to the top of the 6th inning, 3-0 Braves.
Braves fans, you know the... I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks Coffee.
4-game series. Here in the top of the 6th inning, it'll be White, Allen, and Acuna. The Braves looking to add on to their 3-0 lead. This is the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. And if the Braves hit a homer this inning, Trip Harrison from Hampton, Georgia will win $2,200. And if you'd like to enter for your chance to win at least $1,000 from the Georgia Lottery, visit 680thefan.com/GA Lottery. Georgia Lottery, today could be the day. And good luck to Trip Harrison in Hampton. If the Braves can make a winner out of him. Braves feeling good with a 3-run lead and Spencer Schwellenbach on the mound. Well, they sure would like to pad that lead a little bit more. Have had the opportunities to, but have not scored since the 3rd inning. And the Braves have stranded 8 men on base in the game. Eli White sends one foul. Take that back. 7 left stranded. But you get the idea. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Eli White. And White with a bouncer weakly to short. Francisco Lindor has it, throws over to first base, and they barely got him. Eli was boogieing down the first base line.
Yeah, Jose Butto is a former starting pitcher, so he's got that starting pitcher repertoire, 5 pitches. Main offerings are a 4-seam, a slider, and a sinker. Also has a changeup and a sweeper. He has served as their fireman, as we mentioned. Also has some length. He will go 2+ innings sometimes, maybe even 3.
Nick Allen 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Ronald Acuna just surfaced onto the on-deck circle. Ground ball out to third and right in front of the bag. Gloved by Beatty. Long throw. Pulled Alonso off the bag. And standing right in front of the bag and put the tag on Allen. Beatty used the base almost like a pitcher uses the rubber. That ground ball took him right to the front of third base, and when he planted the throw, his right foot was on that front wall of the base. So he had the rubber, just didn't have a mound. But 2 down. Here's Acuna. First pitch to Acuna will miss outside. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Braves. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for the Mets. 1-0 to Ronald. Fouled back right under us. Whew, that's coming in hot. I'm glad that went under our booth. I wanted no part of that. That thing had teeth on it. It probably singed his bat. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way from Butto. And a ball outside. Acuna with a single, a homer, a stolen base, a run scored, an RBI. Hitting .404 on the season. 2-1 pitch, fouled back and clips the guide wire. That went just an inch higher. That'd have been coming in hot towards us as well.
Oh, yeah. I flinched. I was looking at my iPad and wasn't paying attention to the ball.
We would be a tough target. This isn't a big booth, and the windows aren't all that large. 2-2 to Acuna. In tight, spun him out of there, 3-2. Ronald looks annoyed down there in the batter's box. He'll dig back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Braves have not gone down in order once in the game. Acuna trying to maintain that. 3-2, fouled back again. Yeah, our booth here in New York is just above a walkway. You could reach out and high-five fans. They're right there under us. (3-2). And Acuna swings and misses at a sweeper for strike 3. So the Braves go down in order for the first time of the game. No winner in the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. We advance to the bottom of the inning. 3-0 Braves.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Braves don't play at 7. Join me for the new Buck Belue Show here on the Fan, 680 and 93.7, home of the Braves.
Braves 3, Mets nothing. Into the bottom of the 6th inning. Ben Darren and Jay Chad with you. It'll be Beatty to lead it off with the Mets. He bats 9th in their order. Napa is a proud partner of your Atlanta Braves. With America's largest network of parts and care, Napa has all the bases covered when it comes to your ride. First pitch to Beatty. And that finds its mark. Fastball 95. The Mets have 2 hits tonight. They came back-to-back on singles in the 3rd inning. One from Beatty, one from Lindor. Pitch on the way to Beatty. Swung on miss. Late on the fastball. And while Lindor had the base hit in the 3rd inning, I'd say the contact that Beatty made is by far the best contact they've made tonight versus Schwellenbach. 0-2 to Beatty. Rocket up the middle. Base hit. Spitting image of what he did 2 innings ago. Got a fastball in the 3rd inning, roped it up the middle. This time got a fastball, same result.
Yeah, both of his line drives at the middle have been on 4-seam fastballs. So talking about adjustments in the game, I expect Brett Beatty to see some off-speed stuff next time he digs into the batter's box.
Back to the top of the order to Francisco Lindor. He had a base hit in the 3rd inning. It's been his only base hit of the season versus the Braves. Very dangerous hitter. Swinging it from the left side. First pitch strike. Right at him with a fastball at 96. Time called by Lindor. Little breeze. Beautiful sky overhead. Setting sun in the west sky. That's down the left field line. No balls at a strike on Lindor. Here it is from Schwellenbach. Ground ball out to first. Club by Olsen. Steps on the bag. Throw down to second. Tag applied. Double play. Yes, sir. Olsen to Allen. And that was just hugging the line down the chalk at first and barely stayed fair. And that time Olsen gloved it. Started up that 3-6 double play.
It's such a beautiful play by Matt Olson. I think he's probably the best throwing first baseman in the league. That's a really tough throw right over Brett Beatty's shoulder. And he put it right on the bag, so Nick Allen just really easy, just dropped the tag right on his foot. Not a lot of first basemen pull that off.
5th double play hit into this season by Lindor. Typically not the easiest man to double up, especially when he's batting from the left side. That'll be fouled off by Nimmo. And the sky to the east is purple and then gradient to orange in the west. That's beautiful.
Yeah, if you're wondering what it looks like, if you've seen Ronald's alternate elbow guard color, that's exactly what it appears to be.
0-1 to Nimmo. That'll miss outside. Yeah, purple to orange. One side of the sky to the other. That's about what Jay Chad's toe looks like after he stubbed it the other day on the shower door. Kurt Schilling coming in here with a bloody sock. Here's a 1-1. That'll miss low.
Oh, man, he's the best.
2 balls to a strike on Nimmo.
He had a tiny little drop of blood on his sock and called him Kurt Schilling.
2-1 pitch. That's high and away. 3-1. Yeah, he was talking like he's going to have the toe amputated. Schwellenbach's 3-1. Popped up, sent foul into the seats down the third baseline. 3-2. Got to lock in, get Nimmo. Soto is on deck. Braves 3, Mets nothing. Bottom of the 6th. The 3-2. Low and in, ball 4. Fastball really wasn't close. Almost hit him in the left foot. First walk allowed by Schwellenbach. He's at 72 pitches as he continues to work here in the 6th inning. And the Mets have to feel like this is their best shot to get off the mat right here. Soto is 0 for 2 with a pop out to left and also a deep fly out to right field. And that fly out to right field came on the first pitch. Let's see how aggressively he wants to be here versus Schwellenbach for round 3. First pitch low and inside, missed with a curveball. Right-hander Schwellenbach ready to bring the 1-0 pitch. Here it is to Soto, and a called strike. Sinker on the inside corner.
Really good sinker there. Soto jumping out of the way because of the action on that sinker. I mentioned earlier you're going to see a lot of sinkers, curveballs, sliders, stuff that's moving downwards to combat that really flat swing that Juan Soto has.
Pick off to first base. Back in with a dive, Nimmo. If he wanted to, could he roll the dice and go with a four-seamer so long as it was up enough in the zone?
He could. But Juan Soto really quick at the top of the zone. A lot of power up there as well.
There's the 1-1. And a fly ball to deep left center field. Michael Harris to the wall. That is gone. Went with a sinker, and Soto burned it. A 2-run homer to left field. Mets on the board, and it's a 3-2 Braves lead here in the 6th. That's about the same place he hit his home run against Schwellenbach in Atlanta last week. This one just had a little bit more height to it.
Yeah, that was a sinker that didn't sink quite enough. Ended up middle away to Soto, and he's so good at driving the ball the other way. That pitch has either got to be more down or more out.
So now we got ourselves a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Pete Alonso. Schwellenbach back to work, and a first pitch strike. Got a slider over the inside corner. This Met fan base waking up for the first time after that homer by Soto. That was his 17th of the year. 0-1 to Alonso. Like a good pitch, but missed inside with a sinker. One pitch. And he got the knob on it and fouled it off. Did not want to swing, just barely a check swing and barely caught the bat. So a break there for Schwellenbach on a 1-2 count. Looked like it would have been ball 2. One-two pitch. Fouled back just to get a piece of a fastball. He wanted that fastball a little bit more up, didn't he?
That did, yeah. Yeah, he's been pounding them in with sinkers, not giving Polar Bear Pete any room to get extended. That four-seamer's got to be above the zone in the count, the 1-2 count.
1-2, and he closes the book on Alonso with a splitter for strike 3. And that ends the bottom of the 6th inning. But the Mets showing life. A 2-run homer by Soto. We go to the top of the 7th in a 3-2 game.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah & Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, Shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true.
Jose Butto, first reliever in the game for the Mets, went 1 1/3 with a strikeout. Coming out of the gate here, right-hander Ryan Stanek, veteran of 9 seasons. This year he's 2-4 with a 4.68 ERA. He's 33, but he's still throwing cheese. He's got a fastball that sits right at 98.5 miles an hour. Also pairs that with a slider in the high 80s.
There to greet him, Matt Olson. And the first pitch to Matt, a called strike. Olson 1 for 9 in his career versus Stanek. Multiple Braves have seen Stanek a lot in their careers. Murphy's had 10 ABs against him. There's ball low and inside to Olson. Well, it's something that we'll watch not only tonight, but of course in this series. The bullpen for the Mets, like we were discussing earlier, they've shown some cracks. And they've displayed cracks where they had not shown any in the first few months of the season. 1-1 to Olson. There's a high strike. Reed Garrett, 6 earned runs allowed in his last 2 2/3 innings. Ryan Stanek, 6 earned runs allowed in his last 6 games. And opposing batters batting .409 against him in that span. Huáscar Brazoban has allowed 6 earned runs and 5 walks in his last 7 innings. Well, the arms that they rely on most have let them down lately. 1-2 to Olson in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matt Olson.
Yeah, the reports are the Mets are combing the major and minor leagues for some help in the bullpen. Added a new reliever to the roster today, Dickie Lovelady.
Who's that?
Not Richard Lovelady, Dickie Lovelady.
Here's the 2-2 pitch all the way to Matt Olson. That swung on and fouled off. Yeah, he said he wanted to go by his nickname, didn't he?
The artist formerly known as Richard.
I mean, if that isn't embracing your nickname, I don't know what is.
That's right.
So Dickie Lovelady in their bullpen on ladies' night. Here's the 2-2. Let him as high and outside. I mean, they just grabbed him. It'd only be fitting that he makes his debut with the Mets on ladies' night, which it is here at the ballpark.
Fantastic big league name.
3-2 to Olson. And he'll swing and miss on a slider for strike 3. It's a 1-run Braves lead. It was once 3-0. The Braves have had multiple opportunities to add on to that lead. Have not done that. It stayed 3-0 into the bottom of the 6th inning. Then Juan Soto drilled one out of here, 2-run homer. And that is where we stand. A 1-run game at the top of the 7th. Ozuna takes a ball high.
Stanek, that last heater, 100 miles an hour. Still doing. He's been throwing 100 for almost a decade in the major leagues.
1-0 pitch low and outside. Yeah, he's been with the Rays and the Marlins and the Astros and now the Mets. He's had the same haircut his whole career. That long, dirty blonde hair. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And Ozuna takes a called strike.
Yeah, I don't see him going to the Yankees.
Yeah, now with that haircut, right?
Right.
Two-1 up and in.
Right, because they changed the facial hair policy, but I still believe there's a hair policy in place.
I think you're right.
Unless I'm mistaken.
You can still have a beard so long as it's maintained, but not the lengthy hair. 3-2 Braves, top of the 7th. Ozuna takes ball 4 high. That fastball 98, but missed its mark. 1 out walk, and before Riley climbs in, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Braves Radio Network.
Never miss a pitch of the Braves.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan, and streaming free on the Fan app.
We mentioned the missed opportunities the Braves have had. One of those 2 innings ago when Austin Riley had a 1-out triple, and he was left stranded at third base. And now he's up to the plate with a chance to make things worse for the Mets here in the 7th. Runner at first, 1 down. Riley 1 for 2, the triple and a walk. And he takes a fastball for a called strike. Riley has 1 homer in this road trip. That was in the first game of the road trip down in Miami. And a long one would be nice here. 0-1 to Riley. And a strike on the outside corner. 99 with that fastball, and Austin suddenly down 0-2. After Riley, it'll be Albies. Stanek fires. And he missed outside with heat. Stanek, third hurler used by Carlos Mendoza tonight. It's gone Blackburn, Buto, and Stanek. 1-2 in the dirt with a slider. Riley laid off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. $90 degrees at first pitch tonight. High was 98 today. They're saying the high tomorrow is 100. A couple of warm ones here in New York. Braves trying to find a way to claim game 1. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Riley. And he just missed. That actually looked like a good pitch. And I think the Braves got away with a break there.
Yeah, it was probably a strike in the box, but a high splitter, it's not a high percentage strike call for an umpire because he's perceiving that above the zone, and it's dropping into the zone right at the last second. You don't always get that.
3-2 to Riley. And he'll swing and lift one towards foul territory into the seats down the first base line. Alonso over to give it a peek. That lands about 6-7 rows back and takes a big old hop back. So still 3-2 on Riley. That triple by Riley in the 5th inning is the last Braves base hit. Again the 3-2. And again fouled off. This time dribbled down the third baseline. Give you a Saya LTL Freight scoreboard before long. Checking in on some other scores around Major League Baseball. But here it's 3-2 Braves in the top of the 7th. Payoff pitch to Riley. And he'll swing and miss at a slider for strike 3. 2 out here in the 7th inning. It's up to Ozzie Albies. Ozzie has been on once and scored once. One final in the big leagues tonight. Orioles have defeated the Rangers 6-0. There's the pitch on the way to Ozzie. Ball low and inside. Reds have a 4-1 lead on the Yankees. That game's in Cincinnati. Pirates leading the Brewers 3-2 in the 5th inning. Cardinals have a 6-1 lead on the Cubs in the 6th inning. Nats and Padres scoreless as they're just underway. Actually, they haven't started yet. My bad. So, and hadn't gotten going yet. There's a called strike on Ozzie Albies. All those scores delivered to you by Saya LTL Freight, the official freight carrier of the Atlanta Braves. Ozuna over at first base, held by Pete Alonso. 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be looped into left center for a base hit. Ozuna hits the bag at second. He keeps rolling. Ozuna's going to go first to third on the bloop into left center. Little flare by Ozzie. He's on base for the 2nd time of the game, and the Braves have another runner at third base.
That was a good read by Ozuna. You know, he could see that ball out there in left center field. It was right in front of him. He could see it perfectly split the gap. And he was touching second base before they'd even picked the ball up. So an easy go to third. Now the pass ball scores a run. The Braves are in business.
He was doing that Marcel shuffle from one side of the field to the other.
Yeah, he's not moving as fast as he used to because of that sore hip, that hip injury he's been dealing with. But I think he's still a smart base runner.
Yeah.
A few years back when he first got to the Braves, he was actually a positive value base runner. You know, he takes these short, choppy steps out there, but he makes really good decisions on the bases.
Like he's running on ice. Yeah. Trying not to spin out.
I call it Flintstone feet.
That's a much better description. Visit to the mound by Jeremy Hefner. He's the pitching coach. Jose Castillo up and tossing in their bullpen. Sean Murphy to the plate. Look, he came to the plate in the second inning with a man aboard. Had a single to get Ozzie Albies from second base to third base. He had a sac fly RBI in the third inning. Then he walked in the fifth inning when he came to the plate with a man at third base. This is the third time in the game he's come to the plate with a runner at third, and the fourth time he's come to the plate with a man in scoring position altogether. Needs a 2-out base hit. Braves have not scored since the third inning. First pitch misses high. Braves 3, Mets 2 are in the top of the seventh inning. Runners at the corners, 2 down. A base hit right here could go a long way towards putting this thing in the win column. Need a moment right here for Murphy. Pick off over to first base. Back in with the dive, Ozzie Albies. Murphy awaits the 1-0 pitch. Stanek brings it. And Murphy takes the ball low and in. Fastball 99, just missed the inner edge of the plate. So now the count in Murphy's favor.
Stanek's got great stuff. It's scattershot. You know, he's got 25 pitches on the inning, 13 balls and only 12 strikes.
His 2-0. Reach and a miss at a slider for strike one. Inning started with a strikeout of Olsen. Ozuna walked. Riley struck out. Albies singled. Trying to cash in on that walk. Mets pitchers with 4 walks tonight. None of them have been cashed in for runs. 2-1 check swing. He did go. They appeal down to Adam Hamry at first base. And he confirms the swing. Coming up, it'll be the 7th inning stretch brought to you by 13 Heroes, a premium line of spirits founded to honor the lives of the 13 service members killed in Afghanistan in 2021. Help turn tragedy into legacy by visiting 13heroes.com today. Catcher Luis Torrens out in front of the plate, flashing signals to the infielders. You got a big moment in this game coming up right here. If the Mets get Murphy, they'll feel like they've got all the momentum, as they just made it a 1-run game with a 2-run homer in the 6th inning. And if the Braves get a base hit right here to drive in Ozuna, that would swing that momentum the other way. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss and a slider for strike 3. A fired up Stanek is roaring, walking off the field, slamming his hand into the padding of his glove. And the Braves once again strand runners in the corners. Time to stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Braves.
Hey, Braves fans, Onward Reserve is...
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it. We've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100.
Time hot sauce leader in RBIs is the original Louisiana brand hot sauce. The original Louisiana brand hot sauce, like a double play for your mouth. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. McNeil takes the first pitch, curveball low and inside. The Braves have Pierce Johnson loosening his limbs out beyond the right field wall. Schwellenbach at 81 pitches. Here's the 1-0 to McNeil. Line shot in the right field and a foul ball down the line. Turned on that one to make it a 1-1 count on McNeil. McNeil 0 for 2. Pop out to short. Also a 1-4-3 double play. Here's the 1-1. And popped up on the infield. Riley looking skyward into the nighttime sky. Calls them all off. Makes the catch. Correction, that 1-4-3 was just one out back on the fourth inning. But McNeil now 0 for 3 in the game. One out here in the seventh inning.
So in Schwellenbach's previous 4 starts against these Mets, he's thrown 7 innings exactly in all 4 games.
Wow.
And he's sneaking up on throwing 7 innings here tonight. And we're hoping for 8, but we'll settle for 7.
That was a big out right there. He's gotten Tyrone Taylor twice, and here's Taylor now. First pitch slider missed away, 1 ball and no strikes. .1-0 popped up back of the infield cutout. Nick Allen is there, makes the catch in shallow left, and 2 down, 2 big outs. Well, this is all coming on a night where the Braves have gone 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position and have stranded 9 men on base.
Yeah.
So the 3 runs they have for Schwellenbach right now just enough as it's a 3-2 Braves lead. Schwellenbach hoping for a very quick bottom of the 7th. Here's Jared Young. Check swing, didn't go. All of those strikes on Young. Young has fanned the breeze twice, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Schwellenbach has 4 strikeouts in the game. 1-0 fouled off, 1-1. In the 8th, the Braves will have 7, 8, 9 coming up. Harris, White, and Allen. One to Young. Low and inside. 2 balls and a strike now. The Mets designated hitter, Jared Young. Schwellenbach has had 4 1-2-3 innings. 2-1 pitch. Line drive right to Ozzie. Makes a belt-high catch to his left side. And down they go 1-2-3 in the 7th. 7 wonderful innings out of Schwellenbach. Got to give him some more runs. We go to the...
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
This summer, Lazy Days RV of Tampa is handing you the keys to your next vacation. For a limited time, when you buy a new or used RV or complete a qualified RV service, you'll receive a free 3-day, 2-night stay at Camp Margaritaville RV Resort in Auburndale. Plus, for a limited time, make 0 payments for 45 days on the RV of your dreams. And with RV payments starting at just $4 a day, it's never been easier to hit the open road. Don't miss out on your 3-day, 2-night stay at Camp Margaritaville RV Resort on us. Visit Lazy Days RV of Tampa or lazydays.com today to kickstart your summer.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Top of the 8th here in Queens. Braves leading at 3-2. We have a new Mets reliever into the game. Right-hander, Reed Garrett. Reed has pitched in 31 games this season. He's sporting a 2.5 ERA, but he is coming off his worst outing of the season. He allowed a season-high 4 earned runs over 0 innings pitched. Didn't record an out, 3 hits and a walk. Faced 4 batters and gave up his season-high in hits. One of those Mets relievers Ben referred to when he said he's been struggling as of late. You know, this has been a pretty stout unit for most of the year until the last couple of weeks, which coincides with this little stretch of 1-8 baseball they've been playing here lately.
By the way, Spencer Schwellenbach, lots of handshakes and hugs in the Braves dugout. And at 89 pitches, we're led to believe that he'll be finished for the night. Michael Harris swings and fouls one off. Pierce Johnson has been tossing in the Braves' pen. Mets have 8-9-1 due up at the bottom of the 8th inning, and with Spencer at 89 pitches, you a little bit surprised at that?
I am, because he's been in complete control tonight, aside from 2 little mini jams and the 1 mistake to Soto. So, we know he goes deep into games, and he maintains his velocity. I thought maybe he would finish out 7, 8, 9 and bring somebody in for the top of the order.
Iglesias is throwing now. Michael Harris, sac fly RBI back in the 2nd inning. Outside of that, a line out to first and a ground out to 2nd. Owana swing and a miss at a splitter from Reed Garrett. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Braves. Braves get a homer from Ronald Acuna. Mets 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They picked up their 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Juan Soto. 0-2 to Harris. And he laid off a splitter down.
Yeah, with Iglesias throwing, that would indicate to me they might want Dylan Lee to face the top of the Mets order, especially Juan Soto.
1-2. That misses low. Well, we were chatting with Snit just the other day about Dylan Lee. And I said, look, the way that Dylan is pitching now, would you go as far as saying that he's your most trusted arm out of the bullpen? He said, right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's extremely consistent. You know what you're going to get out of him when he's out there on the mound.
2-2 to Harris. Fouled off of his foot. He's going to go lumbering around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned the Braves have stranded 9 on base tonight. Not really the segue that I wanted into this day in baseball history, but I couldn't help but notice this day in 1986, for this day in baseball history, Braves were playing a game against the Dodgers. They won the game 6-5, but they tied a National League record by leaving 18 men on base. I mean, that's leaving a platoon out there.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
18 runners left stranded on base. That's actually still tied for the National League record. There's the 2-2 to Harris. And he gets a piece of a splitter down. Yeah, the Braves and 5 other teams have stranded 18 men on base for the share of the National League record. The Major League record is 20. That was accomplished by the Yankees in 1956. There's the 2-2 pitch. Harris sends one foul. Yankees in a game at Fenway Park in 1956 stranded 20 men on base. They went 4 for 23 with runners in scoring position, and they lost 13-7 to the Red Sox. 20 guys left on base. You know, that was a frustrating day. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Michael Harris. And Harris swings at a pitch of the dirt for strike 3. A sweeper got him. 1 down here in the 8th.
Yeah, we know Michael likes to swing, but man, he's fighting for his life up there. Reed Garrett throwing 99-mile-an-hour sinkers, 93-mile-an-hour cutters. Really good slider there. I mean, it's good stuff out there on the mound.
Bat in the hands of Eli White. First pitch sinker right down the pike at 98 for a strike. Tonight's attendance, 38,593 on a Monday night. Even with the bag at third, Brett Beatty. 0-1 pitch on the way to White. That'll miss low. Let me tell you, after spending a weekend at Lone Depot Park in Miami, 38,000 looks like 138,000.
Yeah, they got more here tonight than the Marlins got on opening day.
By a pretty good margin. Here's the 1-1. White swings and misses, 1-2. Braves 3, Mets 2, top of the 8th inning. Bases empty, 1 out for White. Right-hander Reed Garrett kind of crouches out there. 1-2 pitch on the way to White, and he'll lunge and miss at a sweeper for strike 3. That was well off the plate. Two down here in the 8th inning. That'll leave it in the hands of Nick Allen. Allen's been on once. He had a single back in the 4th inning. Was left stranded at second. He'll take a first pitch sinker for a strike. Alonso and Beatty, even with the bag to the corners. And Allen nubs one down the first baseline foul. Tom Goodwin, Braves first base coach, on the other end. He spent some time here in a Mets uniform. He'll send one into the seats for a souvenir as he lobs it over the screen. 0-2 pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Yeah, Goodwin spent some time here as a coach with the Mets, not as a player. But was on their staff for a little while. Now, of course, the Braves first base coach. 0-2 on Nick Allen. Reed Garrett ready to fire. Righty brings it. Allen takes a ball outside. Braves will send another Spencer to the mound tomorrow. That'll be Spencer Strider versus Frankie Montas. And Montas making his season debut. That'll be a 7:10 Eastern first pitch tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Nick Allen. Nick takes the ball high. Fastball humming in there, 97, but well high. And the count even at 2. Allen wearing those rec specs. Focuses in on the pitcher. 2-2 and a fly ball towards left center. Tyrone Taylor over to his right, and he'll put away that lazy fly ball. Braves go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. They don't carry a 1-run lead into the bottom of the inning. 3-2 Braves.
Want to hear a sound that's music to your ears?
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or
The
get
perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and the salty tears of Mets fans. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
Finn here. Don't miss Atlanta Braves today and your chance to win a pair of Brave tickets every weekday morning in the locker room during the 7 a.m. hour on the radio home of the Atlanta Braves, 680 The Fan.
Rolling into the bottom of the 8th, Braves still leading by a slim 1 run. The score is 3-2. Well, Spencer Schwellenbach was fantastic, and for the 5th consecutive time, he goes 7 innings against the Mets, yielding 4 hits, 2 earned, just that 2-run home run by Juan Soto. On to pitch the 8th for the Braves, 35-year-old right-hander Raisel Iglesias. This will be his 30th game of the season. He does have 8 saves. Not a save situation here, sporting a 5.93 ERA. Last time he pitched was against these Mets Wednesday at home. Pitched a third of an inning, just 2 pitches that day.
I sure could go for our first winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning right here. It'll be Torrens to lead off, 8-9-1 in the inning. First pitch and a ball outside. 8th inning means it's the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. If Raisel Iglesias can strike out the side here in the 8th, James Ridenour will be the lucky winner of a brand new Yanmar utility terrain vehicle. 1-0 pitch misses high. Enter all season long at Braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win a Yanmar UTV and to be entered for a grand prize drawing at the end of the season. Yanmar built together, backed longer. Iglesias got to bounce back. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Torrens. Now there's a strike. Good sinker on the inside corner.
We mentioned that 5.93 ERA Iglesias has, but he's been good. Last four outings have been scoreless for him.
Steps and fires. Fouled back into the screen, 2-2. What a line for Schwellenbach. 7 innings again. 2 runs, 4 hits, a walk, and 4 Ks. He can eat up some innings. 2-2 to Torrens, and he just did get a piece of that changeup. He was fooled.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's that vintage Iglesias changeup that is so devastating to righties and lefties. If he keeps throwing that pitch right there, he's going to be just fine.
And the 2-2 to the plate. And fouled off again. Doubled up on the changeup. Got the exact same result. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Braves. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Mets. Acuna has hit a homer for the Braves. Soto has hit a homer for the Mets. All the usual suspects. And the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Backhanded and shallow left by Allen. Fires across. And that's in time of the out. Very good play by Nick Allen. One away here in the 8th. No winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. But James Ridenour, thank you for playing.
Yeah, Nick Allen, such a good internal clock there. He knew a catcher was running down the line. He fielded it deep in the 6th hole, took his time, planted, and made a really strong throw across the diamond. Just another sign of a good shortstop, a smart shortstop as well, knowing who's running.
Now it's Brett Beatty to the plate. He's had a good night. And a first pitch sinker missed its mark inside. Beatty went 2 for 2 versus Schwellenbach. He had a couple of singles versus Schwelly. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. There's a called strike. If he could have bottled up his success versus Schwellenbach and sold it to the rest of his team, he'd have made $1 million tonight. Because everybody else pretty much baffled by Schwellenbach. 1-1, fouled off, 1-2. Braves will have the top of the order due up at the 9th inning. But it's on Iglesias to get the Braves to that point, leading by this 1 run. Just a skinny run. Trying to keep them quiet here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2 to Beatty. Ground ball out to second. Ozzy's got it. Sidearms it over to first base and 2 away.
And 1 more out to get here for Iglesias, but the sinker looks really good tonight. 96, just diving straight down. Also, the changeup's got a lot of depth to it. You know, that changeup is it's important that changeup dives down instead of just fading away. And here tonight, it is certainly doing that.
Well, there's a good chance this could be the last batter that Iglesias faces. Lindor swings and misses. Play along with me here. You got Dylan Lee warming up in the bullpen. And if he cannot get Lindor, you got the lefty stick of Nimmo followed by Soto. You probably go ahead and pull the trigger at that point, don't you?
Yeah, I would, thinking along with Snit, that's probably where I would go. Yeah, Dylan is, as I said, so consistent strike thrower. You'd love to have him out there.
0-1 to Lindor, line drive into right field. And Lindor with his 2nd hit of the game. So we're about to find out. Walking up to the plate, it's Nimmo. And it is still Iglesias on the mound. So they'll stick with the righty to face Nimmo. We'll go right on left, and we'll see if he can have some success with that changeup versus the lefty stick of Nimmo. 3-2 Braves, bottom of the 8th. First pitch a called strike. Got a sinker over.
Yeah, these two have squared off before. Nimmo 2 for 11. One of those 2 being a home run. 2
down, bottom of the 8th inning. 0-1 to Nimmo. And he missed high with a fastball. Juan Soto lurking in the on-deck circle. He's got a bat under his elbow and adjusting his batting gloves. But right now, all the action at the plate. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss and a change. And let's see if he wants to double up on that pitch and get another swing and a miss. Inning started with a ground out by Torrens, then another ground out by Beatty. Single by Lindor. He's at first. And the 1-2 to Nimmo. Ground ball right side, base hit into right field. Attacking at second, Lindor. He makes the turn. He has the third base. And they're at the corners with 2 down. So he had Nimmo down to 2 strikes. And then Nimmo squared him up and punctured the right side of the infield. And here comes Brian Snitker. And that's going to set up a matchup of Lee versus Soto with the game on the line here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Braves will make the Pennington Grass Seed call to the bullpen. If you're looking to transform your lawn this year, turn to Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. Pennington Grass Seed, rooted in Braves country. I'll tell you about Dylan Lee when we come back. 3-2 Braves in the 8th.
Hey, Braves fans, summer is officially here, and you know what that means.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the Gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Against Braves lefty Dylan Lee. The Braves have asked Dylan 35 times this season to go out there and get an out. This might be the biggest one thus far. Dylan is sporting a 1.83 ERA, so he has been good, and he needs to be good here. Holding opponents to just a 178 average. Let's see. This is the these are the scenes you hope for as a relief pitcher. You know, you want to be the guy that gets your team out of these jams, and these are the at-bats that you'll remember at the end of the season.
Soto 2 for 8 in his career versus Lee. Tying run is at third. Go-ahead run is at first. And the biggest bat they have at the plate. First pitch from Lee is a slider low and outside. Left-on-left matchup. Braves have led all night. It was 3-0 at one point. And this man, Soto, hit a 2-run homer in the 6th inning to make it a 1-run game. 1-0 to Soto. And a high strike. Actually, not high at all. Just a little bit over the outside corner. 1-1. Dylan letting that left arm swing by his side. Now straightens. 1-1 to Soto. In the dirt with a slider. He's not going after that pitch. And that's what makes Soto so tough. Yes, he's got quick hands and a lot of power, but it's his plate discipline that puts him at an elite level.
And we talk about how good Dylan Lee's slider is all the time, one of the best in the league, but for me, he's got to show Soto something else. Can't just keep throwing the same pitch to him.
2-1 to the plate. And he missed low with the slider. If he walks him, Pete Alonso would come to the plate. And that would be a left-on-right matchup. Braves 3, Mets 2, bottom of the 8th. Dylan Lee trying to dig deep, battle back, and get an out right here. Big lefty comes set, throw over to first base, and back in standing Nimmo. Mets simply have not had many opportunities with runners in scoring position in the game. They're 0 for 1. 3-1 pitch. A swing and a miss and a slider. That was right at the bottom of the zone. So where does he want to go here, Darren?
I would bet a good bit amount of money it's going to be another slider. It's so deceptive at the bottom of the zone.
3-2. Ground ball foul up the first base line. Did go back to the slider low and away. I think that's exactly where he wants it. And it's all about executing that pitch. Soto knows that's where he wants to go.
Yeah.
No secret. But can he execute the perfect slider to find a way to get Soto?
And he's got himself in a full count. That's why I said I wished earlier in the count he had the luxury of showing Soto something else. A fastball up, a fastball in, just something different to put that in his head.
Lee looking into his target, Sean Murphy. Now the lefty straightens. 3-2. Sent foul up into the third deck along the third baseline. That was a fastball 97. Dillon emptied the tank on that heater.
Sure did. Great pitch, too. Right on the black.
Nemo walking back to first.
And now he's created some doubt in Soto's mind. He's willing to throw that fastball. Now Soto's got to defend 2 pitches.
Nemo will be taken off here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here it comes. Down he goes. Swung on and missed it, a slider. Dillon Lee looked trouble right in the eye and walked right through it by striking out Soto. What a wonderful job by Dillon. And that ends the bottom of the 8th inning. Huge strikeout by Lee. We go to the 9th. 3-2 Braves.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a Farah fight.
Farah and Farah.
Tampa.
Spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Focus on the Braves and what matters to you. Cellini and Domino weekdays from 10 to 2 on 680 The Fan.
Top of the 9th, Braves looking to create a little breathing space between these Mets, winning by just 1 run by a score of 3-2. Well, we went from 1 primetime relief pitching matchup, Dillon Lee, Juan Soto. Dillon Lee, Juan Soto, nothing. We move on to a second one, Edwin Diaz versus Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald has already homered tonight, also has a single. Diaz has been pretty tough this year, 2.15 ERA, a 3-0 record. Last time he did pitch was on the 17th with a clean inning against the Braves with 1 strikeout.
Ronald Acuna's gone 2 for 4 tonight with a single and a homer, and he's the first man to face him. First pitch swung on and missed, came unraveled going after the slider away. Mets have used Blackburn, Buto, Stanek, Garrett, and Diaz on the mound. Braves have used Schwellenbach, Iglesias, and Lee. Another swing and a miss, same pitch, same result. Mets in the bottom of the 9th will have 4, 5, 6, 2 up. Alonzo McNeil Taylor. 1 run would go a long way for the Braves. Trying to get Ronald aboard, but he's got an 0-2 count. Diaz deals in the dirt that bounced across the left-hand batter's box. That was a waste pitch if I've ever seen one. 1-2 now on Acuna. One, two. Reached across the plate, fouled off a slider. Acuna, Olsen, and Ozuna for the Braves in the ninth. Ronald has gone deep once in this game. 1-2 pitch. It'll swing it at a fly ball to center. Taylor and Soto looking up. This will be Taylor's ball in right center. Makes the catch next to his left ear. One away here in the ninth inning. The Braves bullpen is barren. It would be Dylan Lee back out there for the ninth inning.
Yeah, Dylan, man, we know he throws strikes. He's competitive. But he also just has a unique demeanor on the mound. Very calm. Even after that huge strikeout of Soto, didn't get too excited, knows he has more work to do in the ninth.
Matt Olson takes a ball low.
And that's such an important part of pitching late in the game.
Just keeping your wits, huh?
That's right.
Keeping that focus. 1-0 to Olson. Rolled foul over by the Mets dugout. Braves 3, Mets 2, top of the ninth inning. Bases empty, one down for the Braves. Trying to defeat their rivals from New York for the fourth time this season. 1-1 sent deep at foul, slicing into the seats. And a 1-2 count on Olsen still. Diaz hitting 98 with that fastball. Olsen awaits. 1-2 from Diaz. Fouled off again. Another fastball, that time 99. One-two pitch. Olsen sends one foul. Well, if you're going to close and be asked to go multiple innings, and the idea is to stay warm down there in the dugout in between innings, I think Dylan Lee's figured it out. It's a really warm night here in New York, temperature in the 90s, and Dylan has put the hooded sweatshirt on. 1-2 line drive into right field. Olsen is aboard with a one-out single. That's his second hit of the game. I don't think you're going to see too many people wearing hoodies on a night like tonight in New York.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, relief pitchers are creatures of habit. So I'm guessing every time Dylan pitches, he goes in and he throws that hoodie on if he knows he's going back out the next inning. No matter how hot it is, you're gonna find him hooded.
It's 86 degrees. Here's Marcell Ozuna. He'll take a ball outside. It was 96 at our highest point today with the temperature. It was 90 when we said play ball. Tomorrow's high is 100. Then it'll cool down by Thursday because some rain comes to town. 1-0 to Ozuna, called strike.
Yeah, just watching that replay of Olsen's single, that was Edwin Diaz's first changeup of the season. What a time to break out a new pitch. Hope he throws more of them.
He's gone heavy with the heaters. 1-1 high and in. Guess he thought he could sneak some cheese by the rat, but that didn't work out for him. Which is a perfect segue into some of the studying up you've done for this series. 2 balls and a strike on Ozuna. Ozuna swings and misses. Coming up later in the series, you're going to do a deep dive on New York rats. Is that right?
Yeah, one of my favorite features of the Big Apple, man, are those rats. For maybe a time in the game when there's not as much action going on.
Yeah. Well, a good preview of things to come. 3-2 Braves in the top of the ninth. Olsen takes his lead at first. 2-2. Miss low and outside with a fastball. Count has run full on Ozuna. Marcell has walked twice tonight. Ozuna had 55 walks for the season. 3-2 out in front of the slider, swinging and missing at strike 3. And 2 down in the ninth inning. So the last hope for the Braves to get some insurance here in the ninth inning rests in the hands of Austin Riley. Austin tonight has gone 1 for 3 with a triple. Now meeting at the mound, no coach involved. This is just the Mets players. The entire infield is coming to the mound. Torrens out there calling the roll.
Well, looking at the past matchups between Riley and Diaz doesn't paint a pretty picture. Austin's 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts against Diaz, so maybe a bunt? I don't know.
They try anything to get a win.
Yeah. I played with Torrey Hunter at the beginning of my career, and I kept getting him out, and he kept telling me about 6-7 at-bats into our showdown, hey, I'm going to start bunting. And I thought he was just joking around, but he actually did start bunting on me. I think he bunted 2 or 3 times in a row facing me. So
that was his best shot.
It's an option.
First pitch from Diaz. And he missed inside with a fastball at 99. One-0 pitch inside as well. Something that you and I were discussing before the game. The last time the Braves converted a save.
Been a while.
Been over a month.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. And Riley takes a called strike.
Yeah, in that time since the Braves' last save, was it against Boston?
Yeah, in Boston. That was back mid-May.
Yeah. The Brewers have converted 14 saves.
That just doesn't seem possible. 2-1 pitch. There's a soft comebacker up the middle. Base hit. Right up the middle. Turned around a fastball as that skidded its way up the middle and out of the reach of Francisco Lindor. So now runners at first and second for Ozzie Albies. Nice job by Austin Riley. So now a base hit could give the Braves a little bit more breathing room. Ozzie Albies has been on base twice. He has singled once. Batting from the left side versus Diaz. Riley at first. Olsen at second. Pitch to Ozzie. Swung on and missed at a slider, I should say. Albies 1 for 10 in his career versus Diaz. The one was a double. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. That time a heater. So Diaz has jumped out in front of him, 0-2. 3-2 Braves, top of the ninth, runners at first and second. 0-2 pitch, swung on, missed to the slider in the dirt for strike 3, and 1 run will have to be enough for the Braves. They strand 2 more men on base. They've left 11 aboard, and they'll hand a 1-run lead to Dylan Lee when we come back. 3-2 Braves.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah & Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Tampa.
Spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Restrictions and details. Don't miss an incredible lineup of Braves giveaways this season, including bobbleheads, collectibles, and a replica jersey. Visit Braves.com/promos to see them all.
Spend your afternoon driving around with Chuck and Chernoff, and you can win a pair of Braves tickets. It happens during the 4 o'clock hour, weekday afternoons on 680 The Fan.
Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you at Citi Field. And it's come down to this. Braves have a 3-2 lead entering the bottom of the ninth inning. It'll be Alonzo McNeil and Taylor versus Dylan Lee here in the bottom of the ninth. Dylan got a big strikeout of Juan Soto in the eighth. He goes to work in the ninth, and the first pitch is a called strike. The Braves have played 31 consecutive games without converting a save, and that has extended a franchise record for that stat that became official in 1969. 0-1, a strike on the inside corner with a slider. Braves went 25 straight games without a save between the 70 and 71 seasons. But this one's up to 31 games and trying to end that right here. 0-2 to Alonzo. Grounded foul on the third baseline. The most recent Braves save came on May 16th at Boston when Iglesias completed a 4-2 victory for the Braves that night. Every other team has multiple saves in that span, including the Brewers, like Darren mentioned, with 14 in that span. 0-2 pitch. Nubbed foul. Barely got a piece of a slider. Since that day of May 16th, the Braves are 12-19, and 10 of their 12 wins in that span have been by at least 4 runs. And now Dylan Lee looking to do something that no Braves pitcher has done in over a month. 0-2 on Alonzo. Here it comes. This low it inside with a slider. Not a bad idea. Alonzo for 3 in the game, a flyout, a ground out, and a strikeout. Lee bent at the waist, now straightens. Cuts it loose. Got him swinging, strike 3. A changeup low and away, and Alonzo went fishing for it. And one down in the ninth inning. Now it's McNeil to the plate, and McNeil 2 for 5 with a double in his career versus Lee.
Boy, that's hard to do. 6 consecutive sliders, and then you just drop a perfect changeup in there for the punch out.
First pitch to McNeil. Ground ball to second. Ozzie up with it. Throws to first base. 2 down. 2 very quick outs. A strikeout of Alonzo. A ground out by McNeil. And the final hope comes to the plate in Tyrone Taylor. Taylor 1 for 1 with a double in his career versus Dylan Lee. And a lefty-righty matchup. He would love a drama-free bottom of the ninth to put this thing in the win column. And he's 1 out from accomplishing that. Pitch to Taylor. And he missed with a slider low. Braves have had so many opportunities to add on to this lead. They've not done that, but still clinging to a 1-run lead. And the pitching has kept the Mets quiet to this point. 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. Change up on the outside corner. One fouled back into the screen at a 1-2 count on Taylor. Oh, what Lee did in the 8th inning with runners at first and third and Soto to the plate, looked right into the eye of the hurricane and spit right at it. And got Soto swinging. And now looking for a 1-2-3 ninth for the win. 1-2. Ground ball fouled on the left field line. The Mets still have life. Dylan looking into his catcher, Sean Murphy. Southpaw ready to bring it. 1-2 to Taylor. Missed low with a fastball. Count even at 2. On deck is Starling Marte. He would be pinch hitting for Jared Young should Taylor reach. The Braves just would rather say, let's face Marte tomorrow. 2-2. Ground ball out to second. Ozzie secures, sends it over. Braves win. What a masterful job on the mound from start to finish. And the Braves offense gave the pitching just enough to get them by. And the Braves win it 3-2 to take game 1 versus the Mets. Braves now 4-0 versus the Mets this season. And they win a nail-biter here in the Big Apple. For the Mets in the ninth, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Final score, Braves 3, Mets 2. Back on the totals after this.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 3.99% APR for 72 months, or $1,750 bonus cash. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. Offers end July 7th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Have you ever wondered if...
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across a cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Test, test, check 1, 2. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Does that sound all right? Ah, that's better. You can always tell something's missing when you get isolated results. Like AI that's only right for one of your systems. Get AI that can work across your data and applications. Learn more at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a back seat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Real businesses like Malibu Apothecary rely on Spectrum to keep them connected.
We're a fragrance company, but we also have a lot of technology that we use. Spectrum is really the backbone of any of the business we do here. Having a reliable, fast internet service that can fit my budget is really great. I traded a 9 to 5 for a 5 to 9. It's a lot of work, but I love it.
Spectrum Business Internet starts at $40 a month when bundled. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Is your power bill getting bigger and bigger? You need to replace your leaking windows and doors. Check out Renewal by Anderson's 30-year anniversary sale. Buy one, get one 30% off replacement windows and doors. Go to bestwindowsflorida.com.
If your car's been totaled in a crash, you're entitled to collect what it retails for on the lot. But if insurance companies don't offer what you deserve, We're here to keep them honest. Farah and Farah.
Tampa.
City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
When you're looking for leading cardiac treatment, look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with 5 emergency cardiac care centers, so we're here when you need us most. We lead with more than 55 locations in Georgia. That means we're always in the heart of your neighborhood. We lead with clarity, because clear direction is better when it comes to understanding every step of your treatment. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with heart.
Teamwork, chemistry, and a carefully developed roster are all paramount to success on the baseball field. The same is true when it comes to creating a winning lineup of tractors. It all begins with strong leadership and a clear vision of the future. That's why TYM Tractors has partnered with the Atlanta Braves, a shared vision on the right way to achieve greatness. Together as one, hear us roar. TYM Tractors, a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
At Georgia Power, we know that energy costs are an important part of every budget, and we're committed to providing tools and assistance to make a difference. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy.
Hey folks, we in the locker room want to send you to a Braves game. This is home team Brandon Leak reminding you that a pair of tickets are up for grabs during the 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
Braves win Game 1 here in New York, 3-2 the final score. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow. Braves and the Mets in the second game of this 4-game tilt here at Citi Field. And our Braves Radio Network coverage will begin tomorrow evening at 5:55 Eastern with a Ford leadoff show. And then Darren and I have the first pitch at 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. Matchup of righties. It'll be Frankie Montas for the Mets. He makes his season debut. And going for the Braves, right-hander Spencer Strider. He's 2-5 with a 3.89 ERA. So for the fellas back in studio, that includes David Holloway and Lucas Kochevar. Also for Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, I'm Ben Ingram saying so long and good evening from Citi Field in New York. Final score, Braves 3, Mets 2. Stay tuned for the Hyundai postgame show. That starts right now with Barrett Sallee. Barrett.
Thank you very much, Ben. Man, it is so much fun beating the Mets. Let's get to our Xfinity play of the game, and it came in the bottom of the 8th. Dylan Lee comes on for the 4-out save. He strikes out Juan Soto with 2 on and 2 down in a 1-run game, sending it to the 9th inning. Xfinity knows live baseball is better with less freezing at the plate. That's why we deliver Wi-Fi built for streaming with an ultra-low lag. Get the fastest connection to the Braves and stream more of the biggest moments for the best seat in the house with Xfinity. Totals, highlights, and sound from the clubhouse coming up after the break. You're listening to the Hyundai postgame show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to Atlanta Braves Baseball on the Braves Radio Network, lit by Louisiana Hot Sauce. This broadcast of Atlanta Braves Baseball is a presentation of the Atlanta Braves and Dickey Broadcasting Company, Atlanta. Any use of the accounts, descriptions, and audio of today's game without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves Major League Baseball Club and Dickey Broadcasting Company is strictly prohibited. Don't move, because the Hyundai postgame show is up next on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network, lit by Louisiana Hot Sauce.
When the game's on the line, making the right call can be the difference between winning or losing. Right, Blooper? Making the right call after you've been injured is no different. For more than 25 years, injured people have made the right call to John Foy and Associates after an accident. Why? Because they know we fight to get you everything you deserve, and we don't stop fighting until you get the most money possible. Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Get ready to fall in love, but this time with my home island of Curacao. Hi, I'm Ozzy Albies, second baseman from the Atlanta Braves, and Curacao is where my story began. It's where the vibe is full of color and life, where our culture shines with European and Caribbean flair, and where you're bound to find a new adventure or some much-needed time to relax. It's the start of my story, and it could be the next part of yours. Visit Curacao and feel it for yourself.
You know what my favorite thing about Braves games are? Everything. The crowds and the food and the baseballs and the food and the cheering and the food. Kind of like how everything at Cortland's Apartments is my favorite. Hi, I'm Cordy, Cortland's spokespug, here to tell you about the awesome live and play spaces at Cortland and the amazing resident service. That's probably why they were ranked #1 apartment brand on Reputation.com. Cortland, proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. Find your new apartment home at Cortland.com.
Great teams win with smart plays. Just like great businesses win with Saia LTL Freight. As the exclusive freight and logistics company of the Atlanta Braves, Saia brings nationwide customer-first service that delivers every time. Need to move shipments across the country? Saia covers all the bases, coast to coast, to keep your business running smoothly. Make Saia part of your starting lineup. Visit Saia.com. That's SAIA.com.
There are 444 winners through July 1st, so what are you waiting for? Hurry and play Cash 4 today to instantly win an extra $444 only from the Georgia Lottery.
When you open a Corona, you hear the sounds of wherever you are a little differently. A little more Corona. And you think to yourself, why am I just listening? Corona. La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hard hit ball to short, scooped up and tossed to second. Quick turnaround, it's going to be close. Throws it to first, and he's out. Double play.
A Braves double play is a well-oiled machine, just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll change your oil in about 15 minutes while you stay in your car. The only thing that'll be out here is your old oil. Drive into your neighborhood Atlanta location today. No appointment needed. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. Home is where the All-Stars are. And this year's All-Star game is right here in Atlanta. Make sure to vote for all your Braves players like Ronald Acuna Jr., Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson, and the rest of the squad to represent at the 2025 All-Star game. Plus, select the Braves as your favorite team and receive 20% off tickets for a future home game. Head to Braves.com/vote to cast your ballot today and see your favorites play right here in our own backyard. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, Braves fans, this is John Michaels reminding you that Jeff Francoeur joins Finn, home team, and me in the locker room every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on your radio home of the Braves, 680 The Fan.
Another ball game is in the books, and we've got it all covered. This is the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Braves Radio Network. All the highlights, news, and audio from today's game is on the way. All driven by your local Hyundai dealer. Proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. Visit buyhyundai.com.
On one tag, deep towards right field. Head to the wall, and it's going to get out of here. 3-run homer by Ozuna, the opposite way.
Now live from the Battery Atlanta at Truist Park. It's time for the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Welcome in to the Braves Radio Network studios right here in the Battery Atlanta, just steps away from the right field gate at Truist Park. You look outside the window in the Battery and you see a celebration because the Braves topped the Mets 3-2 up there in Citi Field, the fourth straight win this season over the Mets. The ownership continues. Ronald Acuna goes yard. Spencer Schwellenbach goes 7 strong, and Dylan Lee shuts it down. An all-around fantastic performance from the boys up in New York. Let's get to the highlights. Top of the second, no score. Ozzie Albies on third, Sean Murphy on first, nobody down, with Michael Harris the second looking to get the Braves on the scoreboard.
Here's the 0-2. And Harris cracked one out towards right field, charging in Soto. He dives, and he's got it. Tagging from third base now, Ozzie. He'll score. 1-0 Braves. Juan Soto came in and went into a dive in right field and somehow made the squeeze. But it's an RBI for Harris. And one down with the Braves on top, 1-0.
Top of the third, same score. Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off the inning against Paul Blackburn, and he sends one flying into the New York night.
2-1 pitch, and he slugs one to deep center, spreading back with urgency. Taylor at the wall. Goodbye. Fire in the hole for Ronald Acuna. It's his 9th homer of the year, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a shot.
419 feet and 110 miles per hour off the bat of Acuna. Later in the inning, bases full of Braves with one down. Sean Murphy at the plate looking to extend the lead.
And the 3-1. Swung on and hit well out to left field. In line with it, Nemo makes the catch in deep left field. Tagging from third base, Olson. He'll come home and score. Sac fly by Sean Murphy rakes in the run. It's his 22nd RBI of the year, and the Braves have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the third inning.
Bottom of the third, Braves in a little bit of a jam. Mets have runners at first and second with 2 down. Brandon Nimmo in the plate looking with the count full, facing Spencer Schwellenbach. And Austin Riley flashes a little leather to get out of the jam.
And the 3-2. Popped up, foul ground. Riley going back down the line into foul territory. And he's got it as he slides into the tarp. Outstanding play by Austin Riley to hang a 0 up on the board here in the bottom of the third. What a brilliant path that he took, and a great catch by Riley.
Bottom of the 6th, still 3-0 Braves. Runner at first with 2 down, and Juan Soto at the plate facing Spencer Schwellenbach.
There's the 1-1, and a fly ball to deep left center field. Michael Harris to the wall. That is gone. Went with a sinker, and Soto burned it. A 2-run homer to left field. Mets on the board, and it's a 3-2 Braves lead here in the 6th.
412 feet and 107 off the bat of Soto, his 17th of the season. Things get very interesting in the 8th. Raisel Iglesias gives up 2-out singles to Francisco Lindor and Brandon Nimmo. Dylan Lee comes in to try to clean up the mess against Juan Soto, runs the count full, and then does this.
Nimmo will be taken off here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here it comes. Down he goes. Swung on and missed it, a slider. Dylan Lee looked trouble right in the eye and walked right through it by striking out Soto. What a wonderful job by Dylan. And that ends the bottom of the 8th inning.
Bottom of the 9th, 2 down. Dylan Lee still in the game looking for the 4-out save. Tyrone Taylor serving as the Mets' final hope.
2-2. Ground ball out to second. Ozzie secures, sends it over. Braves win. What a masterful job on the mound from start to finish. And the Braves offense gave the pitching just enough to get them by. And the Braves win it 3-2 to take game 1 versus the Mets. Braves now 4-0 versus the Mets this season. And they win a nail-biter here in the Big Apple. For the Mets in the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Final score, Braves 3. Mets 2.
Spencer Schwellenbach gets the win. He's 6-4 on the season. Paul Blackburn gets the loss. He's 0-2. Dylan Lee, the 4-out save, his 2nd save of the season. Hey, Braves fans, there's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai that you've always wanted. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves. We'll take a break. When we come back, you'll hear sound from the clubhouse. This is the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Attention Braves fans, ever wanted to win a Yanmar UTV or a Yanmar SA223 tractor? Well, here's your chance. It's the Yanmar Strikeout the Side inning. During the 8th inning of every Braves game, one lucky fan will be selected for a chance to win a Yanmar UTV if the Braves pitcher strikes out the side. Plus, at the end of the season, you could win the grand prize, a Yanmar SA223 tractor. Register now at Braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win the Yanmar Strikeout the Side inning, where the excitement never stops.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. We believe family makes us stronger. Pruitt Health has served families and communities throughout the Southeast for more than 50 years. If you're looking for skilled nursing, home health, or hospice care, count on our caregivers to provide the personalized plan your loved one needs. Learn more, visit PruittHealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Hey, Braves fans! SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the A, meaning SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of... the official ticket marketplace of...
That ball was crushed.
And...
Did you see that?
Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Braves games or to any other live event across Braves country, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of every home team win. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of... Let's go Braves!
The Major League Baseball All-Star Game is coming to Truist Park July 11th through 15th. Find all the details at Braves.com/All-Star Game.
Hey, Braves fans, it's Ben Ingram for Emory Healthcare. If you're like me, you get the day going in a hurry with a lot to get done. But what if a nagging joint pain or sports injury is holding you back? Go to Emory Orthopedics. With multiple clinic locations across Metro Atlanta and one in Flowery Branch, you'll find the expert care you need. Emory is also home to the only dedicated hospital in Georgia focused on spine, hip, and knee surgery. As the official team healthcare provider of the Braves, Emory will treat you like a pro. Learn more at emoryhealthcare.org/ortho.
Go ahead.
Hey, caller. Got a question for Michael Harris II?
Hey, Mike. Are you giving away your Bronco again this year?
You know it. Let me tell you how.
One lucky fan could drive home Michael Harris II's custom Ford Bronco. Go to winmoneymikesbronco.com and get a link to enter for a chance to win today.
This year, it was all my idea.
No purchase necessary. Odds depend on entries received. Open to select legal residents of Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee 18 or older. Rules at winmoneymikesbronco.com. Entries must be received by and sweeps ends 9/2/25. Void where prohibited.
Hey, Braves fans, summer is officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Braves, so you know you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
While the rest of the sports media focuses on making up hot takes while you work, we focus on the Braves and what matters to you. Cellini and Domino, weekdays from 10 to 2 on 680 The Fan.
If you missed any of today's Braves action, the Hyundai Postgame Show has you covered. You're locked into the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. Driven by your local Hyundai dealer, proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves.
Braves 3-2 winners in Game 1 of the 4 games set up in New York. Hey, fans, attorney Ken Nugent and pitcher Chris Sale of your Atlanta Braves are teaming up to show appreciation for Georgia's first responders who, with one call, that's all, put Georgians first. Ken will award $1,500 to one first responder each month, and Chris will host that first responder and their family before a game. Monthly winners will be announced during the final Braves Clubhouse Report each month, heard right here on the flagship of the Braves Radio Network, 680 The Fan. More details and an entry form can be found at callken.com/first responder. That's callken.com/first responder. To all the first responders out there, thank you for your service. It's the 4th win in as many tries this season for the Braves over the Mets. Here is Braves manager Brian Snitker.
Snit, feels like Spencer does it every time he goes out there now, but for him to do it on so few pitches, it seemed like he was pitching to contact more than looking for strikeouts.
I think he was just throwing, he's throwing his stuff, and I don't know that there was any intent other than to, throw the best pitch that he can, go out and win the inning. We had to work pretty hard for all that, but it was really good again. And it's tough when you face a team, for the second time in a short period of time, and he did a great job again.
How about Dylan Lee stepping up and getting the strikeout?
He's been doing that. He's been unbelievable. You go back and look at the run he's on, it's something else. And big outs. I think somebody said that was our first save in 30 games or something. It seems like he's had a few saves. The situations that he's come in and the job that he's done has been phenomenal.
But what about specifically placing Soto in that spot?
The game's on the line right there. And, he did a great job with him. Dylan's got a slow heartbeat. And, I can't say enough about what he's been doing.
How impressive is it with Eddie, what he does, what Schwellenbach has done against one division of home court?
Yeah, you're talking about really good lineups, too. Nothing surprises me with him anymore. Now it's not a small sample, and you come to expect it, and I think he expects it. But he's just so focused, and again, you talk about a slow heartbeat, ability to do a lot of things to help himself win games. He's got a Gold Glove in his future at some point in time. The way he holds a running game, and he just does all the things that winning pitchers do.
How about just thinking about where he is in terms of all-star consideration? Are you hoping that he gets there?
Absolutely. I hope he does. For me, I think Dylan Lee's. It's a shame they don't have a non-closer spot. I'm sure there's a lot of other guys in the league that are having great years too. But, what he's been doing has been, just unbelievable too.
You grew up, with Leo and Turner. You and Leo were together so much. To know a guy's leading the innings at this point of the season, that's pretty good.
No, it is. Yes, it is. And testament to how he's going out there. And like I say, he's efficient and giving himself a chance to go deep into games. And, and I think we got to have an eye on, again, how he gets to those innings. But he makes it hard to take him out of a game because he is so efficient and everything. But, like I say, the stuff just keeps playing.
The bullpen as a whole, you mentioned Dylan, the bullpen as a whole since that series in San Francisco's got the best ERA in the National League. I mean, how much confidence do you have in this group right now?
Well, I mean, and we've had to use them all, which we will. I mean, we still have, 6 games left before we have an off day. We got to be aware of that, like we did that 17-game stretch, and they all did it. They're all doing their part and asked to do different roles at different times in the game. And you know what? It's kind of like, I feel like they're waiting for the phone to ring, and whoever's name's called, they're getting ready and giving us what they got.
What did you notice about Spencer's plan that may be different from last week?
I don't know. I think he just mixes his pitch. He's got such a big assortment. He mixes his pitches well, and I don't know that he has to have a specific plan. I think it's just he has a good awareness of what's working on that given night.
As far as Ronald goes, the in-box athleticism seems to just be all the way back. What's impressed you?
Oh, it's crazy. No, it's crazy. Everything he's done since he's been back. Honestly, you just don't see that out of a player that's missed that much time, and how he's come in and just been so consistent, and his whole game too. I mean, he's played great defense. He's starting to run a little bit now. He's feeling confident in that, and when he's playing his game, man, it's fun to watch.
That was Braves manager Brian Snitker. We'll take a break. Speaking of Ronald Acuna Jr., you'll hear from the superstar coming up on the other side. It's the Hyundai Postgame Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22-pellet grill-in smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 3.99% APR for